I just wanted to test you if you're really here. There's no way I would forget to mute myself. Who am I, Remo Demo? I just wanted to see if you're all awake. I know a lot of people treat this as a second screen experience, right? So, hello! Let's get some chat activity here, huh? Who's hyped? Who's excited for the round of 8 in B Cup 22? It is $8,500 on the line. And now that I see that everybody can complain when there is no sound, who is here when it comes to hype? Nah? Ryan L, of course. Clinzer, thank you for the prime. Mr. Apeman, thank you for the raid. Na, Inde die alte Rinde. Choo choo, hype train, choo choo. No one else, huh? No one else. You absolute degenerates. Mr. Zillas, a wonderful good day. Storov as well. Here we go. The rest is back to lurking. You know what? If the rest just go. If there's chat activity, you get microphone. If there's no chat activity, the broadcast.
Is Neo silence?
It's
mic switch. Oh, this is the mic switch.
Mr. Machope. Mr. Machope. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's all part of the joke, right? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a wonderful day. It is time for B Cup. 5 subs for Mike. Man, that'd be glorious. That'd be freaking glorious. Mr. Youngfang. VIP, I roll out the red carpet. We got a beautiful day. We got a happy day, and we got a moon day. It's a goat day. It's a boat day. And it's an orc day. FoCuS and Soin trying to compete with some of the best this game has ever seen. And the winner bracket semi-final. That would be a top 6 performance guaranteed. You guys can still cast your predictions. I have to say, I did a little oopsie. I wanted to get my predictions in, and I clicked the wrong button. There's 2 buttons. It's start the tournament and create your prediction. I clicked the start the tournament button. So, the first link we did yesterday, it's still working. If I had to like reopen the tournament once again, that would have wiped all predictions. So I decided a second prediction is in order. So there's the link in the chat. I did my predictions as well. And I decided to go for once, a little bit of a boring route. I don't have the craziest outliers this time in my prediction. You guys can do the same. Here is our bracket on Liquipedia. B Cup 22. It is a big tournament. The biggest consecutive tournament that we got in the scene. And here it is. Happy versus Soin round 1. We've seen Soin yesterday versus 120, and he got his ass whooped. But we also have to say, very irregular strategies. Bit out there. He played everything but the meta. So, was he just holding it in for today to show the real strats? We'll see about that. Happy is, of course, the guy to beat. Happy is the B Cup champion. Happy is the #1 by a lot. And maybe Soin can do something today. FoCuS and Moon also. FoCuS coming into this as the big favorite, actually. But it was Moon with 2 days practice, and that is scary. Real scary. Tomorrow, 120 in Law, Lyot, Kaho, and Lin. We also have the lower bracket today. The upper bracket games. The upper bracket games in 2 days then, when we have this winner match, this winner match, this winner match. Quite competitive here, eh? The stars align for yet another happy 120 Lin upper bracket final. That has been more or less the norm, but the challengers rising up to the occasion. You might think, where the heck is life? And that is the answer. Live was eliminated. Round of 16, the Vice World Champion, not part of the playoffs. Huge upset 2 days ago. Also, nice participation of our Western players here, with Jens taking a map off of Lin. Sok being eliminated here as the only top-tier human by Kaho. That was a surprise. Both players underperformed a little bit, but Kaho was thriving in the chaos, right? So we'll see. Why is Happy the big favorite? I show you a number. This is the ELO ranking. This shows us how well players are performing in tournaments. Happy is number 1, as so often, but with 100 points more than the second place. That's crazy. That's so many points. That is such a difference. But Happy has also struggled a little bit in competition, as I should probably join the game in a second. Versus FoCuS in Yumiko Arena, also versus Lin. These results are a bit more one-sided than they were on the maps. 40 challenged him. Lin even beat him in the Yumiko Arena. Live took him to a 4-3. 1-0 took him to a 4-3 in B-Cup Season 21. And 1-0 defeated him even in the upper bracket. So will this be another Happy win? Kinda likely. Will this be an easy win? Hell nah. There was a 7-0 versus Live. That is correct. But that was an atrocious day for Live. And I think that shouldn't be the norm. So I hope you all got your predictions in. We're going to be ready here in a second with Mr. Remo Demo on the broadcast as well. What match are you most excited for? Who are you cheering for? Thank you, Mashup Cleanser and Soul 8man for the support. Support, of course, super important for us. If you have a Prime sub laying around, we gladly take it. Also, incredibly pleased, while you tell me who you're rooting for, that we broke 900. I tell you for a while that for every 150 downloads, we get an extra a bonus on top of the bonus we already got. And if you're able to divide 900 by 150, that is already the 6th bonus unlocked from you guys. Now off to the 1K. Can we break the 4 digits? I think that would be quite a record for us. So thank you all for supporting us. Thank you for enjoying OperaGX. It is a great browser. It has some great features. I love the sidebar with Discord, Twitch integrated. Love the ad block. Love the VPN. Just disable the ad block and back to Warcraft. That would be lovely, right? But now, I think it is time to get Mr. Remo Demo on the call and go into the matches a little bit. Not even sure if Mr. Remo Demo is ready. He was early. He was up early doing some tech bug fixing. Naden5, thank you for the Prime. That is extremely lovely. Much love, much love, much love, much love. And
Good
also,
day, everybody. Neo, how are we doing on this wonderful Wednesday? First day of the playoffs. Ready to kick things off here soon. 3 beautiful matches today. And I imagine, for once, it is sunny in Hamburg.
it absolutely is sunny. Brother, I spent half an hour outside already because
Oh
it
my
was
God.
so
Did you have
beautiful.
sunscreen on? I hope so.
I don't know, dude. I might have to shave off that layer of my skin. But I had breakfast outside this morning. That's how beautiful it is. That even me, a cave dweller par excellence, is spending a little time outside.
Yeah, even I enjoyed some sun today. Going to the gym, of course, as always. But also, I did some things around the house. There's this, I just had to look it up. I don't know what it's called in English. A sunroom. It's like a Wintergarten. I have that in this apartment here. And I'm trying to set it up, get it ready for the summer. So, yeah, sunny times ahead.
Nice. Winter garden, eh? Isn't that going to be like 700 degrees in there in the summer?
We will see.
Hey, maybe you got an impromptu sauna all of a sudden.
Okay, so during winter, I moved in here in the end of December, right? It was cold as hell. To be honest, it looks nice, but I am beginning to think that okay, most of the time in winter, it's too cold. Most of the time in summer, it might be too hot. So there might be like this little Goldilocks zone of just a couple of months
Yeah.
where you can use that thing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll watch, and we'll learn.
I have very fond memories to winter gardens. My grandpa was a beekeeper, and in his winter garden, I don't know what it's called. Like when you harvest the honey, basically. We always did that in the winter garden. It was really cool, very fond childhood memories. I hope you create some great memories there as well.
Yeah, beekeeper is one of those jobs that sounds so wonderful. It sounds so romantic. I wonder how, you know, how much joy it is really in the end, but it sounds so cool. Also, bees, gotta say, not a big fan of insects. Stupid mosquitoes, stupid wasps, hate most of them. Sometimes I want to have like a death ray in my hands to kill all the goddamn insects in summer, like zoom, like Darth Vader. That would be a fantasy of mine. However, bees, really cool. Bees,
Yep.
good friends. No problem with those.
Right on, right on. Now, we will have a problem here. We will have people fighting here. For the winner bracket semifinal, Happy versus Soin is our first match. We're in the lobby already. Not sure if the picks and bans have been done, but we do have a lot of observers. We've seen Happy many times. We've seen Soin, of course, many times as well, but also in the match yesterday. Remo, did you do your bracket prediction, and what's your prediction for this match?
Well, wait a minute. Did anybody bet on Soin?
Well, that's a very good question that I should probably check out. It's not too easy. I would have to click through all the predictions. I will not do this.
Because my guess would be no. There is one very clear favorite. It is Happy right here. It has been way more successful in recent times. Also in B Cups. Also, of course, Happy. The repeat, flawless grand finals every single time B Cup when he participates. Now, last couple of days, we also mentioned that Soin has been experiencing an upswing. He's been getting stronger. He's been climbing in the ELO standings. First time in forever. He's in rank 8. And it's a pretty strong accomplishment, Top 10 in the world right now, ELO-wise. It's really good. However, there's one guy in 1. There's one guy who's been on 1 for the longest time, and that is Happy. I would say once upon a time, especially in Fast Headhunter days, Soin was really, really strong in this matchup. I still think it's one of his better ones, but things would have to go, I think, very wrong for Happy today to lose this series.
I would think so too. But Soin has these days, Soin has these magical days every blue moon where he can create some magic. In the Yutiao Cup, he was close. It was a 3-1. It was a 4-2. So Soin can take maps off of Happy. Actually, the last time where Soin didn't take a map off of Happy is more or less a year ago, if you're a little tolerant with the month. Like, let's say it's 10 months. I know there's hair splitters out there. I can't do that anymore because no hair, but there's a lot of hair splitters out there. 10 months was the last series Soin couldn't take one. And arguably, he is stronger than he was 10 months ago. Orcs in general perform greater, and we have a better flow chart maybe. What the orcs can do, also a follow-up if the Wyvern Harass doesn't work. And we have to talk about Wyvern Harass because we haven't seen Wyvern at all yesterday in Soin versus 1-0. He was holding that all back. The most specific timings, the most powerful strategy was not part of yesterday's show match. He's gonna unleash hell on Happy here today.
Yeah, good point. I think I agree with that assessment. I think most likely he was trying to hide exactly the timings he was thinking of. Unless there has been a big change in mentality and realization for Soin. Because we saw all the units except for the Wyvern. We saw Grunts, we saw Berserkers, we saw Raiders, we even saw Maz Kodos. We even saw a Tauren in that one Tidehunters game. The one thing we didn't see was a Wyvern, but that has normally been the go-to, most successful unit for Orcs in a long time. So yeah, I would also expect that one to be coming his way. Happy, what is his read of the situation? Did he try to get prepared for something else other than Wyvern? Or does he realize, that was just a little bit of a fake out. It's going to be Wyvern all day today?
Alrighty. I, for once, wouldn't be opposed to that. Can Soin shock the world and kick Happy into lower bracket round 1? That'd be almost unheard of. We kick things off on Autumn Leaves, the Russian emperor, the dominator of the scene. He's on the path to the grand final once again. 3 maps to go, but we have a join bug to kick things off. Time for you to check if your Prime sub is still available.
It sounds like we're almost in already, but yeah, when there's so many people around, it can be difficult to find that connection. Of course, nobody wants to miss these games, understandably.
I think they just need you as the host, man. You had the magic finger yesterday. It was perfect all day around when Remo was the master of ceremonies.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky yesterday. That's true. Even in some games, we had a lot of observers in. I think not quite as many as here, though, today. However, speaking of admins, shout out also deserved by Wolf, who has been a very reliable, loyal, and great admin here for the entire B Cup. Wait, has he done it the entirety of the B Cup? I'm not quite sure about that, but he has done it for a long time. Adminning great, and also translating great. Being able to speak English as well.
Right on. Orkwolf, big helper, that's for sure. But you had this little Asian mentality right there. I praise you for something that went really wrong. You say, just a little lucky, you know, just luck. Here we go, everybody. The champion is up against his challenger. It's Happy versus Soin, Russia versus Korea. Can Soin finally defeat Happy for the first time in ages? There is, of course, precedent from the War 3 Champions Season 9, a match that everybody will forever remember when Soin became the War 3 Champions champion. And Mr. Remo Demo is lagging. That's not good. He is also not in the... Oh, he is in the call anymore. But I think he might be out of the game. No, he's not out of the game, but you were lagging
I gotta leave.
Big time. I got the streaming ready to you, Mr. Demo Man.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So follow my lead.
What the hell was that, dude? That was like a 10-second spike. Don't scare me like that. Anyways, starting things off, Blade Master Fastech. I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
Okay, seems like Remo has disappeared from the Discord call now as well. Just like Monday, we're a little bit plagued here. I did hit the nail on the head, and that head was Soin kept his strategies back against 1-2-0. We don't know if Happy is watching all the competition, but I'm pretty sure he's watching the replays in preparation for this. It is Blade Master. It is a far stack. And this will be the fastest way to Wyvern there is, the fastest tech in competitive Warcraft. And that would mean Blade Master, Shadowhunter, Wyvern. On the other side, Happy going with what worked best in the past couple of weeks, months, even years. DK for healing and movement speed, plus ghouls for damage, creeping, lumber, also trying to get the tech up. But then, is it gonna be Gargs or is it gonna be Fiends? Those are the options that we got here. What about the nerfs? We know Happy, Man of Steel, no nerfs whatsoever. Soin has become better and better in that regard as well. Had some crazy reverse sweeps recently. Absolute fighter. Especially, I mean, he was the one eliminating Life, right? This should have been Happy versus Life first round, but Soin said, no, I'm better in that matchup. I kick you, the vice champion, out of that tournament. And from kicking out a vice champion, from kicking out a champion, it's not that much of a deal, not that much of a difference. Remo said the entire internet is gone, so I have the solo cast duty. Hopefully, pray that Remo Demo will be back for his insight analysis. I don't need an expert by my side to tell you that the Blade Master is freaking amazing. He got more HP, more armor, more damage, more attack speed. Got it all. DK on the other side is doing a fast expo. And that is something we couldn't have foreseen. Maybe on other maps, maybe on a Twisted Meadows, maybe on an Echo Isles. Expansions are a thing. But Not here. Not on Autumn Leaves usually. I really hope that Soin has an idea of what's going on, because it's not that easy. You don't scout as Orc. Not really. You roam around with the blade. He had an idea that Happy went to the right-hand side and he couldn't find him at the green spot. He couldn't find him at the expo. So just by going down the possibilities... Oh, he might be blind to this, guys. He might just be blind to this. He's checking everywhere where Happy is. Expo, green, in the middle. But he's nowhere to be found. Now, scan, tier 3, Shadow Hunter. Wyvern are coming. Happy second base, 30 finish. 30 seconds to finish. Oh, Soin the Wolf Tamer. Ah, that was a neat idea. That was a very neat idea. So Soin knows now that there is an expo. He sees there is no tech. He's attacking all the acolytes pretty much at the same time. This is preparation. DK will be there and be able to coil some. Wait, this one wasn't able to... Happy wasn't able to save this one. So now we got 3 acolytes hurt, but only single target healing. Is that enough over time? Or is the Blight regeneration too strong in hindsight? So there's no option left than this expansion. So he knows what's he gonna do with it. He got a Shadow Hunter, is on the way. Hex, one of the most powerful timings that you can get, especially with the Pimp Blade Master with good DPS. Happy is level 3 already. This is usually something you try to prevent because coils are incredibly strong on that level. But Shadow Hunter is, oh no, trying to push the Wildkin, but it's not moving. Now it is, and Happy smells it. Moving with the DK into coil range. This took a long time. Couple of things not working out. Happy scanning here if the Blade Master is around. Oh, can Soin do something about it? Happy sees, where are you? Blade Master is distracting. This Wildkin is doing quite a journey. Now we got the damage in, but this is all time that Happy needs for the expansion. We get it creeped up. We got the altar back and the tech is running too. Blade Master not part of this creep, delays everything by a lot. I would say everything at the moment in Happy's favor. If an undead expansion is coming up without disruption, that's a very good thing for the undead, obviously. Ooh. For a second, I thought if the creep's gonna deny. The Shadow Hunter is exposed. The skeleton is here. Bash, bash, bash. Ooh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Things are not looking great for Soin. Everything extremely fragile. He is taking risks, and I think that's exactly what you need. Sometimes you look like an absolute genius if things go right, and sometimes you look like a fool when these risks are backfiring. And speaking of fire, we're gonna get some heavy fire in this one. Nice counter hex, so it needs this XP. Disengaging, so far so well done. Shadow Hunter nuked full mana on the DK, but the disengage, pretty perfect. This could have been it already, I am inclined to say. Prevents the Shadow Hunter from level 2 though. Steal by Soin shows his brilliance with the Blade Master. Surely his truest asset. And chat is celebrating this. Spam this dopin to help Soin. Wyvern numbers need to rise. This was all pretty much pretty chaotic. We forgot a burrow. Or we go for a tiny now. And we are going for a tiny now. Soin seems to have a lag. Lion also, Fly also. Okay, for me everything was very fine. But you know, routing in the internet is a tricky thing. Happy is getting filthy rich, decides to go with Fiends, not Gargs. This is one of the fast expansions Soin could possibly do. He skipped a burrow to not be up at 50, but expanding at 40. This is the counter expansion. He doesn't have that much to fear. And also Happy. Temple of the Damned. No way he's playing Necro Wagons. This could very well be Fiend statues Banshees. Banshees amazing for the curse alone. But imagine, there is no Dispel in Soin either. So we'll see what this is. It could be a vicious timing. Just throwing it out there that there is a little bit of a chance. We're gonna keep the Temple of the Damned selected, so in 5 seconds we're gonna know. No level 3 for Soin is surely a bit of an issue. No critical strike 2, which he might need. Banshee it is. That was the more reliable solution. It's the better solution against the Blade Master as well. This is actually very much like Mr. Remo Demo played during his heyday. Back in W3 Arena days already, he told me, Fiend Banshees, man. Fiend Banshee versus Orc is so freaking good. Maybe he's the real prophet after all. We're gonna get a Banshee up. We're gonna get a Watchtower up. Someone is trying to distract on the cost of punishing the Undead expansion, on the cost of experience. The experience only goes to Happy for now. We got Double Claw, Invuln, Wand of Negation against Hexes as well. This bought time for towers, but he still needs 30 seconds. It didn't buy enough time. The early game maybe wasn't clean enough. And now this base is under fire. The damage by Soin is solid, but that's about it. We got an orb. The web is coming in. Gotta cancel that. Nuke on the Shadow Hunter. This is looking very, very desperate already. Switching to Kodos, but Happy dodges the Kodo Devour. Absolutely brilliant. Coil, nuke, damage buff gone. It's all down to the Blade Master. He needs critical strike too, but didn't really skill this yet. Happy leaps and bounds ahead. 20 food, and now there's curse on the carry hero. I don't think there is a chance, man. Very neat idea by Soin. I think theory crafting worked really well, and it is a cool new build that we haven't really seen before. And if everything goes well in the early game, I think this can be extremely powerful and catch Happy by surprise. Unfortunately, Happy caught Soin by surprise as well with that expo that wasn't read, that wasn't scouted for a long time. And now it's just the end of that sad line with... Is this tier 2, by the way? Tier 2 push by Happy. He had enough of this super strong Orc tier 3 that rips you apart with 300 critical strike, with tier 3 Kodo Aura, Wyvern Poison, you know. It's absurd sometimes how strong Orc can be if you leave him alone. Expansion, tier 2 push, go, go, go. Very fresh, very new approach. And Soin was ready for this match, wasn't ready for Happy's adjustments. Expo done. This is a huge XP lead. This is a huge supply lead, which will not change, by the way, because Soin is supply block. The Fiends did a wonderful job. Kodos coming in. Soin has been a big fan of Kodos in the past couple of weeks. They are extremely sturdy against Coil Nova. Fiends do some damage to them. You can even out the supply. Oh my god. Oh my god! He dodges every single Devour with this Kodo Beast. Ridiculous Fiend Micro by Happy. Remo and I, again, had a little bit of a discussion. Who has the better Fiend Micro? And I think we have a consensus now in mirror matches. It might be 1-2-0, especially when it's about focus fire. But in kiting, nobody is as good as Happy. What a match. What a performance. What a god. Soin coming in with cool ideas, though. We gotta say, this early game, everything in this early game was disrupted by not knowing exactly what Happy is doing. He just missed the scout. He missed the expo. You want to play an entirely different game when you're up against an Orc expansion. And he missed that one. Tried to follow up. Didn't work. Tried to adapt with the counter expansion, but Happy is ready. But man, a lot of innovation in one map alone. Ain't that crazy? Unfortunately, the Demo Man is still not back. The internet is still off. So, yeah, we have to miss out on his expertise. But what do you think? Who plays tier 2 pushes versus orc? Scary. We've seen 1-0 play tier 2 pushes versus undead. Yeah, versus undead against Happy's expansions. Quote unquote, Happy's not creative. I mean, Happy's learning from the best, right? Happy's learning from the Demo Man. Labyrinth used to do it a lot versus Hitman. Oh, really, Zushi? I was not aware of that. Cool. Good insight. Yeah, I think oftentimes in the past couple of years, actually, Labby is the one to evolve the undead. What can Orc do against undead? Well, in this case, it's a very isolated case, right? Scouting the expo movement would be good. And it comes down again to a little issue that we have, that orcs aren't scouting in the early to be uber greedy. A little interesting, you know, Happy is taking 5 minutes. Obviously, we don't know what this is about. No further explanation. I don't know. BBC says he's ready. Maybe Happy saw that Remo's missing and tries to give him a little bit more time. I want to believe that. Also interesting, Happy is not out of the lobby. He's still in the lobby, just as an observer. Weird things going on. Weird things going on. Well. The Princess of Warcraft? He's just very accurate in his professional approach. Most of the time. You should tell him ... No. We're not mean. We're not mean to the Emperor, ever. We have 3 games here today. Moon versus FoCuS coming up. Lowerbracket as well. And later tonight, Dach Inferno. If an observer keeps refreshing the disconnection message during the game, please temporarily use Flow TV to watch the game to avoid affecting the normal progress of the match. Thank you for your cooperation. Yeah, we had seen that recently. If you have little mini spikes, the game prints that as a font. So, I wonder... Oh, Happy says go. I wonder how Soin approaches this now. Very different map, Shattered Exile. He might have to scout these expansions now a little bit more. The series doesn't start as Soin wanted this to start, and I think he is under a lot of pressure now. If he loses this, he's down 0-2 and needs 3 games in a row versus Happy. And this is his first loser's pick. So... if he loses this, it's the worst position possible. And the maps are also not getting better for him. Happy had a tough time against orcs, and he's once again probably in the path of 3 orcs. Orcs have been eating real good recently. 3 of them in the top 8. Everybody is getting very good results in tournaments or show matches. I mean, Soin eliminated live. FoCuS made top 3 in Yumiko Arena. Lin is Lin. You know, he's always up there. And that made Happy go back to the drawing board, apparently. Now, Shattered Exile, big map. Is this time for an expo? If you expand on Autumn Leaves, do you also expand on Shattered Exile? That's the question. One more sub is missing for you addicts to get a Gamba. So get him in there while it's hot. Blade Master versus DK is again the opener. Should be the opener. A couple of undeads on the lower level play Crypt Lord to allow that expansion. But Happy is of course not reliant on that. Will this strategy of map 1 be Soin's game plan going forward, or does he want to diversify the approaches is the question. And can you even play that against an expanding undead? Little mind games going on between the two. This is, of course, phenomenal game tape for someone like FoCuS or Lin, right? Like, Happy is not holding back his best strategies for future rounds. He's showing the evolution right here when the playoffs begin. Has always been his biggest strength, adjusting from one day to the other. And we have a creeping Blade Master. This means Soin is again completely blind. He doesn't know where Happy is going. Is Happy going creeping? Is Happy going north? Is Happy going west? But we go for the creep. We go for the lab. Very powerful. Good start. Good items usually. Not the damage that Soin wants. And not the speed that Happy has with Coil. That he immediately uses, of course, to get the mana regen in. And to make use of the spells available. And the Acolyte in the middle sees that Soin is coming over. So, Happy this time. No 6th Acolyte. The map might be big. But the creep spot is also rather hard-ish. Use the lab to scout an expo. That is, I think, too expensive. It's a nice idea. But especially, like, the earlier the game, the more worth has the gold. And the scan is like 75? That's a lot of gold. That is like 20% of attack. Speaking of text, it is progressing. Happy with Blade Master counterplay, at least trying to. And Soin again has issues finding Happy. He wants to creep jack. He wants to be around the DK to prevent level 3. That is oftentimes a mid-game win condition. But he's blind, man. He is so blind. And he's on the opposite side of where he wants to be. A lot of wasted time for Soin, unfortunately. Also not going into the undead main, which I think is walled off. It's a beautiful base build by Happy to prevent exactly such Blade Master plays. And that gives the shop in the temple and the usually immensely contested green spot to Happy, and that's level 3. Now we come in with level 2. No Windwalk though, so no surprise. Coil in the face right away, and it is the 140 damage Coil for level 2. Problematic situations for Soin here. Happy is dictating the game like it's nothing, man. It's mental, and mental is also having 10 minutes without internet. Remo Demo, how did you survive?
Yeah, you know, the sweat was pouring, the stress was high. Here's just to hoping that I never for once again am without internet in my life. But yeah, I'm a little bit worried. It seems a bit unstable. But hey, good thing is, there's nothing we were missing. And we are on my new favorite map, Shared Exile. I love to see it. I love to see that Soin likes it as well.
What do you mean we didn't miss anything? We missed your expert analysis and insights and beauty throughout your absence. But now you're hopefully here for the rest of the day. It is a very problematic situation for Soin, I want to say. Getting his ass whooped with a tier 2 push on map 1. Couldn't find Happy at the beginning of map 2. There is at least no expansion this time. And the Wyvern are coming, and the creep pull works a lot better for Soin this time with the Forest Troll. But hold that thought. DK is coming. Oh, that wasn't easy to prevent. Steal. There must be a Coil, but there wasn't. And Soin's troubles are getting bigger and bigger.
It seems like undeads, especially on the very top level, have gotten so good at identifying these hex creep patterns, right? It is seemingly so easy to disrupt, especially if DK is level 3. This DK isn't just level 3, he's level 3.6.
Yes, that's problematic. I mean, I'm at like 3.6 age. It's not getting better for me either. Rain pointing out, Happy forced the frost armor so Soin can't creep it. Yep, those are these moments, the attention to detail that Happy has that makes every single map so difficult for his opponents.
Trust in the Wyvern, I guess, is what Soin is thinking to himself right now. Those have been key units oftentimes for Orcs to win in the late game. Not just the Wyvern, but also the heroes. And how are they looking? Blade Master so far, very good defensive items. Those are really good for TC, by the way. But he's going to need to find some more damage as well.
Yeah, that's the big problem. We don't have a marketplace here. There is a few things to creep, but nothing in close proximity. The mercenary camp gives you a consumable, so that won't help in the damage department either. Happy again. Going Fiends, no Gargs, and Soin coming in with the classic 4 Wyvern, 2 Bat, 50 food combo, I assume. No Expo this time on his side.
It is still a lot of creeps left on the map, so this is normally always a great thing for Orcs to look forward to. We don't have the third hero TC yet, but I would certainly assume we're going to see him. For a while there in the past, we saw only dual hero with Wyvern. It started out with Farseer Shadowhunter, then Blade Master Shadowhunter with Mass Wyvern, and some bats, as you mentioned already. But nowadays it seems like the TC is just such a great late game weapon. The goal for Orc is anyways to stay alive as long as possible. Don't die, don't lose, don't die, don't lose, delay, kill, level, and grow. And that goes perfectly hand in hand with a TC if you can have that triple hero to build on that late game power.
Right on. That TC was not present because there was air meta with gargoyles, right? And the TC is many things. Gorgeous first and foremost, but against air he doesn't do that much except accelerate your army and movement speed. Now that the meta is apparently shifting to Fiends again, that's a great help against them. Speaking of things that help, Wand of Mana Stealing, Sobi Mask, Flute. Pretty sweet items for the hamster.
You think so? You think that are those okay? Are those manageable items? Yeah, maybe.
I can tell you, RNG is not getting the ... today.
Dude, that is insane. Here, I would love to have the Chinese overlay. How much mana is this gonna be in the end?
A lot, man. You can tune into BBC stream if you like. I mean, I do the camera control for ya. Blade Master also no level 2 crit. That's annoying. No level 2 heal wave yet. That's annoying. The Kodo is getting intercepted. That's annoying. Bro, Happy is all over Soin this entire series. This poor lad can't get a foot on the ground.
One thing he doesn't have is a third hero. Interesting. We said for a long time that there's no clear great third hero against this mass air style. Alchemist gets chopped down. The Dark Ranger, Silenced Black Arrow doesn't do too much against this army normally. Pit Lord, meh, whatever. Maybe Happy's just gonna play dual hero only, and I don't even hate it.
Yeah, Coil Nova level 3 is mental. The artillery against Wyvern is working so well. We mix in a Temple of the Damned again, and we mix in another Acolyte. Could just be a Shade. Could also be an expansion, as he played this before, and he's leaps and bounds ahead of the competition so far.
A strong showing by Happy here doesn't come as a big surprise to us. We're used to seeing him compete basically always on the top level. One of the posts you translated from Dear X3 Demon recently was pretty interesting, right? When the player said that Happy basically never has a day off, or sometimes maybe he does not play his best, but in finals he always plays insane. I thought that was pretty fascinating. This is of course not the final. He's expected to go there. The Blade Master now with a creep. Jack, low HP immediately. The Wyvern looking for kills, getting a Fiend, and the Fiend count is indeed pretty low.
So it needs a little bit of help here. The bat is not detonating, but the heal ward immediately chopped down by Frostmourne. Destroyers in the air. No bats. They didn't work out. Happy doesn't like the position though. Wyvern exit kill. This is a 5 food lead, but the rest of the camp goes to Soin, who is thirsting for XP. It was a bad 10 minutes. This engagement, though, okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty even, I guess. We may be able to call this a wash. game goes on. No big lead on either side. And I would say that's normally a good sign for the Orc. The better we get to higher levels, the better it is for the Orc, especially with Triple Hero. But in fact, nobody's playing Triple Hero. Haven't seen that in forever.
Right?
Most players just 2 heroes, yeah.
Soin might want level 3 critical strike and he might need that. Shadow Hunter level 4, not super important. But then you don't want a TC to soak up all the XP for the Blade Master. He sold every single ring. For me, kind of an indicator that he doesn't want a TC at all. We have
I hope so, dude. If now he goes TC after selling 3 rings, I would be mad.
That's the biggest tome of experience we've ever seen then. It can just nuke him down for sure. Someone will not have any answers to the Banshees.
Yeah, he can maybe hope for a good speed scroll engagement, snipe the Banshees quickly with a bit of hex play, try to minimize the Curse appliance. But Curse is insane against this army. More Curse also means less poison damage, less Blade Master damage. Ooh, and the Wyvern getting caught there in the corner. It's going to be another snipe. Happy close losing a Destroyer, but I think he knows exactly what coil timing he can rely on, just like so. I don't know, man. Happy's looking pretty good so far.
Dude, the read was insane to see that the Wyvern are coming here. Of course, the Shade is helping, right? But Happy was still at the perfect time, at the perfect place. The Destroyers are here. Everything is hurt already. Oh, he didn't attack because Coil Nova, of course, and the spells ruined this Orc. Can you call it army? I don't know. I don't want to dare it an army.
Picked off 2 Wyvern here. Got no return kills. Did so in. He damaged the Destroyers. Maybe the DK is going to run low on mana for healing. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. He got a Zombie Mask.
Exactly. And the statues, of course. One of the best units in the entire game. I think it's time for a desperate play. I think it's time for a tiny Great Hall. If that works, all right. If not, the Shade is giving Happy every single bit of information that he needs. And he wins pretty much every single fight here. 2 Wyvern against 2 Destroyers with coil support. Not winnable for Soin.
Soin is looking a little bit, I don't know. Overstretched. Clueless. What is the thing to do here? What is the winning play? You called for a tiny Great Hall, maybe? That can be a great tool to win, either when the opponent doesn't scout for it and you get lucky, or if you're ahead already. But Soin certainly isn't ahead, and Happy certainly is scouting all the time with these Shades.
As so often, man. It's so incredibly hard also. So many people say, just dust, bro, just dust. Yeah, but you don't know if the Shade is there at the moment. You see, Happy is always roaming. Like, the Shade was there. Now the Shade is not there. The Shade is checking right-hand side. Shades are everywhere, also with the army the entire time as an anti-Blade Master solution. For us, it's super easy to say, but if you like buy dust and reveal the entire time, that's hundreds and hundreds of gold that won't be in your army. We do get a dust now, but might all just be a little too late.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how in the longest time in Warcraft history, Shades were considered kind of useless. Yeah, you make them if you really need detection, but in the hands of a great player, the way this gives you information on the map of where to go and what the right place to strike is, Happy is making them look pretty insane sometimes. Now he's got a big army, 65 supply, spend all of his resources, and we finally have a Dark Ranger, by the way. Interesting, very late game Dark Ranger edition, just to have silence, while the DK and the Lich leveled before. I think he probably mainly got her in case there's a TC. But if there isn't, then it's still okay.
Yeah, I agree. This is a tough base to crack, as it always is for Orcs. The burrows might help. We even got spikes. I like that. Pretty cheap. But Blade Master is not in position. Was chasing something. Shop down. No potions, but he went a little shopping before. An Orc main is called Fortress for a reason. Can Happy crack this?
3 statues on the ground, continuously healing. You know, the Fiend count is kind of low. If someone has the perfect engagement here, kills 2 Fiends immediately, eats another, and maybe he has a chance that these air units of his, the Wyvern, will end up being superior. In we go with the speed scroll. What's the target gonna be? Going for the Banshees first, but the Fiends are the real problem, and the webs are here already, and the Wyvern numbers are dropping quickly.
Happy has great solutions to everything. Blade Master's trying best he can. Invo Potion is still up. Oh, the coil timing. Frame perfect as so often. Deny on the other Fiend. Happy's playing out of his mind great. This was pretty much unsalvageable. Because Lich, care, Hex. Backstab not enough! Are you kidding me? There is no mana for now. Backstab to kill the Lich. So it is fighting. 20 food down. It is still a little desperate, but a moment of brilliance there by Soin.
It's a big mistake by Happy actually having no slots on the Lich to pass an item or even have an invul. He's supposed to have an invul right there. Happy maybe got a bit complacent with how he owned the first couple of seconds in the fight. That Lich was exposed, and Soin finds the punch. He now is level 5 Blade Master finally. Sadly, though, he doesn't have the craziest inventory.
That's right. He got claws, he got good attack speed as well. Can we purge this statue? Happy has the resources for a dieback soon. Not at the moment.
Must have been a bug or something. No purge on the statue. That's
yeah,
weird.
right? It's odd. We are selling buildings already for Happy in the main. Alta and Ziggurat.
Let's look at the 60 supply capacity, and there we go. Goes for the Invo Potion now. Does Happy. Yeah, that's certainly a mistake. You need to have, like, going for a push into the Orc base without Invuln is kind of crazy. But with how far Happy was ahead, he could get away with it, even with losing the Lich. He still has this lead, clearly.
Can Soin muscle up a little bit of an army? He's not paying upkeep. He does get more gold. There's no second base. I was about to say very problematic that the shop is gone, but he rebuilt it in the back of the base again, so clarities are running. Blade still has an invul. We're also going for Dust against Burrow, which is available now. Does Happy still have Banshees? Yes, 2 of them.
Again, forced to huddle in the back of the base. When you're this far in the back, sometimes it can be difficult to get out with your army blocking each other. But of course, with an air army, that's the nice thing. They never block each other. They nicely can always move, but they also clump, and it makes them very susceptible to AoE damage like the Nova. That bestiary goes down, and that means no more production for Soin.
Yeah, he can spend 500 gold on items now, or upgrades. Still rebuilding. Soin is sharking for reinforcements. The Blade is not here. The Blade is always in between army, but he sees no production coming, trying to spread a little bit of poison. Shade is giving great vision as so often. Shadow, maybe a little too far forward, maybe trying to bait a coil or a Nova. Can Soin get some kills here?
He's gonna get that Banshee for sure. Very low HP. The Shadowhunter, speaking of low HP, also there in serious trouble. Healing himself, being in decent fighting shape again, I guess. But the Wyvern now getting webbed, getting all picked off. Kodo comes forward, gets off a Devour. Small mistake there maybe. The Coil Nova now is crazy. The DK has so much mana again thanks to that Sobi Mask. Man, this was a great game for a Sobi Mask.
Right on. Blade about to die here as well. There's an invul. I feel like Soin's fights are getting crisper and sharper. The heal wave timings were really good. But now both heroes are low. We're just waiting for the Nova. Exactly. And that is GG. The man who wears a DK at his approbation is taking the 2-0. Dmitry Kostin, one step away from the winner bracket semifinal.
Doing it with different strats as well. A little bit of fast expo, a little bit of one base play. Happy showing what he's capable of. And Soin, you were mentioning it already, start of the day. Most likely he's going to rely on the Wyvern. But the Wyvern right now not seeming to be the winning ticket. I feel like especially this tier 2 creeping, Hex creeping nowadays. Against Happy, this doesn't work anymore. There's always a DK somewhere. He's always level 3. He's always going to mess with you. And you find yourself so far behind. That's of course the big danger of rushing tier 2 or tier 3 like this. No creeping at the start. You're going to be playing from behind. Right now, Happy isn't giving away that lead.
I'm not sure if you were there already, but I feel like Soin, not saying it was checkmate this early on, but he lost both early games so quickly due to not finding Happy. That was the case on map 1, where he couldn't find the expo for minutes. I think he never even went there. And here on map 2 as well, like he was sharking everywhere. He went to the Little Green, he went to the Northern Expo, he went all the way across Shattered Exile, but he never found Happy creeping. He never could go for a steal, never could go for the items there. And then Happy, of course, takes the shop on the left-hand side, takes the green in the middle, all uncontested. This cannot be allowed.
Yeah. And I feel like these orcs are in such a tough spot right now against the top undeads. Like, if you're playing against even a really good undead, let's say a 2,400, 500 MMR undead, normally your Blade Master can always get something done. But you're playing against Happy, against 1-0, very often you come out of this early game with 0 ghoul kills, with 0 creep steals, with 0 item steals. And I'm beginning to feel more and more that then this opening of Blade Tech Rush is looking worse and worse.
Okay, I'm not an expert, right? So hopefully you or someone else can educate me. How much tech timing does it cost when you peon scout?
It's going to cost quite a lot, actually, when you're trying to rush the tech as fast as you can. I'm not even sure that the peon does so much for you. On a very big map, maybe, where you are afraid you won't find your opponent. But on most maps, if you want to find your opponent, you're going to find him. So I feel like it's not really necessary.
But I mean, Soin didn't twice.
Well, that's a skill issue. No, just kidding.
Bro.
normally they do, though. But yeah, maybe it's something that you can improve on scout patterns. I feel like, though, we also have seen the Blade Master find the undead many times before, and still it doesn't end up really doing much.
And that's the next problem. We have to fix the first problem first, okay? And then we go step by step, one step at a time.
1 or 2 months ago, we had the 6 strat. You remember what I'm talking about here. Blade Master TC, Tier 2 expansion, Wyvern. It looked good for a week. I was so blown away. Then it looked garbage again, sadly. But I feel like a strat where you can do more things with more units early on. I would love to see that work more, but orcs are feeling that Wyvern are the only solution. I don't blame them, really. I don't, because we know how dangerous the Dark Ranger is against everything else.
That is correct. We got match points. 3 match points in a row. Soin's first loses pick goes to Happy, and that is now a position he'd rather not be in. A position where you have to win 3 in a row against the world's best Warcraft gamer there probably has ever been. Now, Northern Isles. This was always an orc, or oftentimes an orc home turf. It was a favorable map for Soin as well. Love to play Torrents here, and surely easier to read for the Blade.
Yeah, I would think so. Normally you're going to go to the shop early, pick up that circlet, check the expansion, just to be on the safe side. Expo play is a possibility here, but with how easy it is for the orc to scout, I don't think Happy's going to opt for that again, having played it already. Standard 1 base game seems to be the ticket.
I feel like if you are FoCuS and Lin, and you see this series, you got massive headache. New strats, new timings, great execution, and they are both somewhat in Happy's way when they want to win the tournament. Not a great sight for every orc player here, what Happy's doing.
Yeah, and this used to be his worst matchup. Nowadays, does Happy even have a bad matchup? Not so sure that he does. It certainly isn't against humans, certainly isn't against Night Elf. Maybe the Undead Mirror he struggles the most in, but there also he has been looking pretty damn dominant, as he has for a long time. #1 ELO player for the longest time, indeed. Touched on it earlier. He made every single B Cup Grand Final that he ever played in, which is one of his many sick stats. Oh, Happy, wait, he canceled the tech? No. Did he? No, I must be hallucinating. I thought seeing the Blade Master scouting, or the Blade Master creeping rather, maybe he's going for the Expo after all. But no, no Skull, no Acolyte, no expansion. But he is going for a Daring Creep at the Gold Mine right away.
Yeah, I was looking at the inventory. Do you have a Skull? Do you want to be cheeky here once again and expand? But that is not the case, as you mentioned. It's very easy to read, very easy to scout. You know what? I think chat has to help us here a little bit and pray for some absurd items. We do have a marketplace here. We do have lots of claws possible here. This must be the map for a mega pimp Blade Master.
Speaking of which, Blade Master is solo creeping on his side of the map. It's kind of weird. Normally either you go harassing, trying to steal last hits or ghouls or items or something, or you solo creep items away from your opponent's side of the map to leave more in the end on your side. But he's going very passively for the Ogre Magi. Of course, he's going to be able to take him out. Big healing. All right, that's nice. But of course, the DK with all those ghouls is creeping way faster.
Exactly. And I don't really know what this brought for Soin. He still has to go for the shop. He still has to heal. Is fast tacking. Okay, but yeah. Is not feeling confident that he can steal something away from Happy. So what's the flight plan now?
Well, if the series keeps going the way it has so far, he might be saying they came from behind later when he gets obliterated again, as Happy has done so far in this series. Blade Master has still not found the opponent. Soin has very little idea of what's going on here so far.
See, that's 3 out of 3. He is checking the mind, like, okay, I can't creep this away from you. I can't find you there. Happy is doing very good evasion creeping, running around, and has so much time. And another guaranteed, easy, uncontested level 3.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit too easy. Is he gonna get the lab as well? Happy now.
He's going
moving
gold
south.
mine.
Yeah, he might just creep enemy camps away now. He's got a strong coil, lots of mana. He could take that camp away, and then if he's got the Shadow Hunter timing down, follow up with interrupting, you know, the hex creeping.
Soin is still blind, dude. This is so sad how he sees the corpses, man. I see dead people.
Happy is pretty unlucky here with the items. Double parry-apt. That could have been something way better. I guess one parry on the ledge is kinda decent, but far from the best. There's a marketplace right there. Can maybe look for some better items over there if he wishes. And look at the Skelly scouting. He knows exactly when the shadow is coming out.
That's right. The vision is everywhere on Happy's side, and the vision is nowhere for Soin. He's playing with his eyes closed, basically. Finds him now in the middle, but there's no damage output. There's no great items for Soin. Again, not a pimp blade master as you would like it to be. And this is a very readable creep route. This is what everyone does. And what everyone does gets punished by Happy.
This doesn't work anymore, guys. Can't do that against Happy. Aggressive coils against the Shadow. DK is really tanky thanks to those parry-apts. And it's level 1 Blade Master. We don't even have crit yet.
Oh, he's pulling the null back. So there's no chance for Soin to do this. Okay. That is the hardest punish, man. Crazy by Happy again. How he has all... You know, there's two types of people. One person sees a creep manip like this with hacks and pushing, etc. Is, oh, it's so broken, fix, fix, fix. And there's another kind of people, like Happy. It's like, okay, you do this. I just find a way to punish that so hard. And so its game is in the garbage can again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this is a bad spot. Happy having full control of this map. You can see the confidence within him. He's moving aggressively, trying to find a punish. Losing a Wyvern early would be very, very bad. Losing the Shadowhunter would be even worse.
This is a
Yourself trying to save him. Hex trying to get distance from the Lich. Terrifying position for Soin here.
terrifying position for everybody in this tournament, judging from how Happy he's playing today.
Kind of crazy. Happy now backing off, waiting for tier 3 to finish. There's going to be some wonderful upgrades to be had.
A player's forces are
But Happy can't get too complacent here. This game was great so far for him. But if he missed micros in the first 50 supply fight, he could get super owned. If 3 bats connect and all the guards are instantly dead and the destroyers fall next because they don't react quickly enough, there is a great chance to come back with this kind of an orc army.
Exactly. And on this map, we can use the marketplace as well. So items are not mega critical as they are on other maps. You can always go to the shop and pawn something in, get something out of there. Happy is pushing though.
player's forces.
Ghoul timing, destroyer timing. Soin sees this for once, but he's level 2-1. And now he has to watch how Happy eats his desired Null Overseer.
I drink your milkshake. Happy is saying, didn't even allow him to take the null. Nova Coil on the blade, has to use the heal pot. Out of the fight, didn't get a steal. I gotta say, this is looking a bit hopeless right now.
I say this looks pretty perfect. This is looking like almost the perfect series. This reminds me of what we called the perfect game at Raraland 1. It was Happy versus Soin, where Soin couldn't get a single kill and Happy got like 12 steals and last hits throughout the series. Yeah, we're very close to like that one.
So far, this is an outmatch, if ever we saw one. Soin right now struggling in this matchup. We saw that also yesterday against 1-2-0. There he played very different stuff, trying to hide his Wyvern play. Today he's showing it. So far to no effect.
Desperate times, desperate measures. Red Spot needs a big item here. Hood of Cunning. Okay, a little bit of damage. There's the speed scroll. He has to disengage in no time. Everything is hurt. Everything is very susceptible to Coil Nova. Has to use one of these heal waves. This was maybe the only one he got if he wants to go for a Hex as well. Ghoul Frenzy, Dark Ranger, all here.
Dispel the speed scroll before the foot connection is in. But hey, here we go. 2 bats do get in. Get rid of the acolytes after the gargoyles, I mean. But also a Wyvern goes down, and still a supply lead on Happy. Gets a little bit more experience here from the rest of the camp. Death Knight is a bit low mana. In this game, he doesn't have a Sobi Mask. Maybe Soin has a chance that coils will run out.
That's right. You heard it here, guys. Remo wants flying workers for undead, and I'm the one ruining the balance. Speaking of
Or how about a carrier? You know, I know that there's the carrier model somewhere in Warcraft 3 because I saw that in Footman Frenzy 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Very good idea. Very, very good idea. We got a health stone, which is really nice against hero focus. We got a heal potion. Oh, the confidence, man. I don't need a health stone, brother. I'm playing against this Blade Master without any big damage items. I can control my hero. I don't need help.
And Happy knows exactly where to go next. All the relevant camps are here in this bottom right corner. All put together. Lots of experience. A bunch of good items. And Happy is very close to 2 level ups on DK and Lich.
Rookie Son, thank you for the prime. That is number 5 of the day. We need an absurd amount of crits. We need the best bat detonations. You can see already, if the bat count is the same as the Wyvern count, something went very wrong here. And yeah, you just gotta hope, pray, send the bats in, and justify the means.
Speed scroll, in we go. Happy dispelling from long range. 1 Bat Rider eliminated, but there's still 1 more. And there's another around the corner.
No!
Oh, blows up against an illusion, though. I think that's what it hit. A little bit of a waste right there. And there's still Gargs in the air. There's a big Nova on those Wyvern. And they are slowly trying to fly away. Most of them's going to be going down. And almost nothing left.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have to beat around the bush that this is gonna be Happy's win. Blade Master goes down. Soin, absolutely 0 chance. What a fall from grace for Soin. 2 days ago, he's the one eliminating the Vice World Champion with a Herculean performance, overcoming every odds there was against life. 2 days later, he's waking up in a constant nightmare, which contradicts himself a little bit, but you know what I'm saying, and gets dragged through the arena by Happy, who plays perfect game after perfect game after perfect game and is in the round of 6.
Yeah, this Blade Master play early. You know, when you see games like this, where things don't go well, where the scouting doesn't hit, where you just run into nowhere, it seems like this is the worst strat ever. Which is why it's so much more amazing when we see players like FoCuS or, most of the time, Lin play it perfectly, everything comes together. Let's not forget that Lin was able to beat Happy fairly reliably at times in recent memory. But today, you would think Blade Master is the worst idea you could ever go for. Blade Wyvern, who the hell came up with that? This is like us thinking back 2-3 years ago. Blade Mass Wyvern? That sounds terrible. Why would you do that? Today, it looked absolutely hopeless.
Beautiful, beautiful Warcraft by Happy. We got the WeChat message. We're going to KK, Remo. We have to update as well, it seems like. I tried to buy some time and ask for a clarification. Sometimes the translation doesn't work that well. It says next show will be on KK, but could just be this one. next match. Interesting. I didn't get any reconnect messages. I had no lag. But hey, maybe on the other side of the world, things look a little different from time to time. But yeah, FoCuS, Lin. First, you have to solve your matches in this round. You know you will be up against Happy at some point. These guys have so much homework to do. Judging from this series, I don't want to be in their shoes, man. And that was just when they were finally getting some hope again.
Yeah, I wonder who's going to be the one to step up to the plate. Normally in every B Cup, there's at least one big challenge for Happy. He still seems to win them most of the time, but it's not like years in the past where it was Happy not dropping a single map. Usually this doesn't happen at all in the B Cup. So there is going to be some real contenders, some real challenges ahead. Nice, here's the invite. Okay, good. Just today was not that.
That was not the day, indeed. It was rough. That was a rough start. We might see Soin again. We will see Soin again. He's in the lower bracket now. And this is also so tough mentally, right? You come from this high from eliminating life. You get squashed. And now you know in like an hour I have to play again against either Moon or FoCuS for survival here. Soin, I wish you all the best, man. It's not a tough challenge. And it's not an easy challenge that he has to overcome here today.
Yeah, to be honest, Soin has been looking pretty damn good against Night Elf lately as well. This used to be one of his big weaknesses. So I feel like in the lower bracket, he's going to have a more manageable task. Whoever it's going to be, Happy in a shape like that is just almost unstoppable by anybody. And Moon versus FoCuS now. Coming up next, FoCuS is on a 3-game win streak, but if we go a little bit further back than that, it has been pretty even back and forth. I'm a bit surprised to see, by the way, at least on War 3 info, the win rate is favoring FoCuS these days.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
56%? I mean, that's pretty narrow. It must have favored Moon, though, for a long time, right?
Yeah, I guess. Moon is... It's a bit of a 50-50 player at the moment, I would say. His matchup versus Human is the best in the world, I think. And also by far. Then his Knight of Mirror is also really good. I feel like he's struggling versus Orc a bit, as also every Night Elf does. And we don't have to talk about his Undead matchup. I mean, that is abysmal for multiple reasons. And yeah, FoCuS is tearing it apart. FoCuS is on a 3-series win streak at the moment. The last one was a 3-0 just, was it yesterday? No, it was a month ago. That was so one-sided, man. Mamma mia. UTL Cup was very, very close. But yeah, Moon surely had to do some homework here. But Moon with prep, twice as strong as Moon without prep.
Yeah, absolutely. If he has some time to prepare, some time perhaps to innovate, then Moon can be a very, very dangerous force. This matchup has been looking a little stale lately. It's been Demon versus Blade, Bears versus Raider Walker, basically every day for the last couple of months. But not entirely exclusively. There have been some variations also coming in from Night Elves. Some Keeper play has been seen. Mostly Keeper into like Dryads or maybe Expansion. We saw a little bit of Keeper hunts as well, which I feel like hasn't looked good in a long time. I wonder what Moon is going to show us here.
Yeah, little, I don't know if you translated the text. We should turn off War 3 Champions in order to KK to work. Otherwise, I think Warcraft is open twice and it can't properly start or something. Just that we don't interrupt the flow of the tournament. We're waiting for Moon anyway. Yeah, very curious. I was a big hater of this matchup for a long time. It was so boring. But now it's very brawl heavy. I think we see amazing fights. We see very different styles. We have to talk about that as well. Yesterday, we had quite some Night Elf Undeads, and also the day before. There is the classic tier 3 style with the bears. There is now also a mass Dryad style. It's once again a little bit of a difference between Chinese Night Elves going for the bears, Korean Night Elves going for the Dryads, and FoCuS has to scout this and, of course, adjust to the best of his abilities. But FoCuS also yesterday demolished Lawliot, who played the Moon style. So that should all point towards a good situation for FoCuS.
Yeah, I would say also that echoes how he's just been looking lately. The eye test has been showing. And seems like we're going to have to try to restart here.
What do you mean, restart?
Restart the lobby.
Why?
Are you in the live game?
It didn't start. We're in the lobby.
No, they tried to load. They tried to start.
Not for me. I'm waiting for Moon still.
No, Moon's in the lobby and so is FoCuS. And now everyone's leaving.
None of that happened to me.
Now everyone's out of the lobby.
Yeah, now the lobby is empty.
Nice.
KK is a fascinating place. I get a spinning circle.
I got another invite.
I got nothing. I got a spinning circle.
I think your KK is lagging.
Yep. I cannot close this at the moment.
Task manager.
Yeah, I try.
Okay, they're trying to start the lobby again.
Cool. I try to get out of the initial lobby.
Good luck.
The KK platform goes round and round, round and round, round and round. KK platform goes round and round. Na, na, na.
Okay. All right. We're loading in. Looks like you were the holdup.
Oh, really? You think? Yeah, you might have to stream to me for once.
Yep.
Bro, I would love to be a caster for a game that just works.
It would be nice, right?
You know? I mean, you gotta think about a lot of stuff here, and you would love to like analyze the strategies and talk about the players. First obstacle, Warcraft 3 caster, get a game running.
I know, it's so sad, dude. Why can't we just have Battle.net servers that aren't cooked, that are just stable, and we have more than just 3 servers? Oh. It's too much to ask, Neo. We've been asking for 10 years. It's just too much to ask, you know? Can't do it. Multi-billion dollar company, you gotta, you know, make sure you spend your money wisely. Multiple servers, it's not the thing.
Okay. We got... Why am I seeing my face here?
We're gonna be starting things off here in a moment. You guys had a chance to get in your Gumbas already for the first map here in the second series of the day. We're expecting this surely to go longer than the first series was. Happy there, dispatching of Soin pretty quickly, pretty decisively. Now FoCuS and Moon gonna be most likely in a closer encounter. That being said, as we mentioned earlier, their most recent meet was in the Yangfeng Invitational last month. There it was a clear 3-0 for FoCuS as well. FoCuS seems to have the momentum right now. And Moon, by the way, you know, many nights lately, they've been trying to play Demon Bears, and if it fails again, then maybe they're gonna pivot back into good old Keeper play. But Moon now is starting things off with Keeper. And I like that a lot on this map especially. Big concern seems to be if the Orc is going to be expanding. This map notoriously tough for expanding. And I thought it was going to be Keeper Archers into Dryad Bears, but we actually have an early Hunter's Hall here. This is looking like the good old meta of a long time ago.
Yeah, feels like we're in Anaheim in 2020 when these guys met in the DreamHack Grand Final, the first LAN event after Reforged launch. What a tournament that was. By the way, is there a way for you to increase the quality? This looks like a Doyen stream to me now, maybe worse.
Yeah, I think it's always the way it looks on, on Discord.
Well,
It's also the way it looks to me.
Fishy streamed yesterday and it looked a lot better.
player's forces are under attack.
But hey,
Oh,
we'll...
man, fish is just too good, you know? What can I say?
True. Very true. Yeah, this is something you have to get reused to, I guess. Play against the Keeper, play against Entangle, play against Summons. This is very, very different from from the Demon Hunter games and from the Dryad Bear games. So far, I don't think FoCuS got a lot.
Gonna get that one Wisp kill here with the Archer now ready to Shadow Meld. She should be safe. Blade Master gonna back off, and the question is, where's the Keeper going? Ooh, trying to steal the Ogre Camp away. Blade has to try to prevent this. Is he gonna be in time? Has to go for the staff, right? Yeah, there it is. Staff of Teleportation, trying to get over there with the Windwalk. Ooh, almost, just a little bit too late. And it's Gloves and Claws going to the Keeper. And how is the Blade gonna stack now?
That's a good question, man. FoCuS a little bit flustered here. We can see a lot of players like First Happy, now Moon coming in with different strategies and different approaches. Very different openings as well. Keeper at the shop goes for a dust. Noise. Still curious how well you can fight with Huntress.
Moon is going for the expansion. Dude, this looks exactly like the DreamHack days.
Yep.
I haven't seen this strat in so long.
I'm a little less angry though.
Yeah?
Huh?
Don't you have a red head right now that's about to explode that's making me laugh?
No. I didn't throw water bottles throughout the casting area yet.
Well, the day is young, you know, so we'll see what we're gonna get later on. But yeah, back, you know, of course, quite a long time ago, Keeper Alchemist was pretty OP. It got nerfed over and over. Then it seemed to be pretty well balanced. And then after a while, Orcs got better and better against it. And they got really good at counter-expanding, building a strong Blade Master, building a strong army with Shaman and Raiders and Grunts and Serpent Wards. And that seemed to be the perfect counter to this strategy if you had your own expansion. 2 base versus 2 base, that seemed to be the general rule of thumb, would greatly favor the Orc. So expansion is going to be what it's all about here most likely.
Right on. And this FoCuS is, I would say, the best in splitting Blade Master away from the rest and be the Gardener. He is attacking already. It's only level 1, so he can be entangled and damage can be prevented. Later, Mirror Image will be used to get out of entangles. But that's not the only timing FoCuS got. It's okay if the tree is up, you know. That's not an issue. The tree is not the issue. The entangled goldmine is the issue, and nobody cuts through the tangles better than FoCuS.
Right now he's also cutting this tree quite a bit. Can he cut it down? Maybe not. The damage is still low, no claws of attack, as mentioned before. It's a bit scary for the Tree of Life. He should be doing okay. Keeper ignored the blade for a long time and
Great to
crept
have the
instead.
dual-cast.
And this is a very
Take
fast
care.
level 3 Keeper
Waving
right here.
hand emoji.
And the level 3 Keeper is always dangerous, but we do get the Dispel against it. We get
Player's forces are under
very
attack.
early Kodo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh. Yummy, yummy. Hunts in my tummy. We talked about this yesterday. Thank you, Money to Black, for the Prime. Much love. Also love to Rocketeer for the €1. Alchemist, this is exactly like 6 years ago, man.
Nature's Blessing is missing here. I wonder if Moon is forgetting about that maybe. Going for second Ancient of War really early on. Nature's Blessing is 100 gold, 200 lumber. Use lots of the Crystal Ball, by the way. Comes in for the Creep Jack with a Treants from behind the Tavern. If you see the last hit, that would be insane, but couldn't really be possible. Speed Scroll to save these units. Keeper, item on the ground! Item on the ground! He's trying to get there! Oh my god, imagine if he stole that. Finally, some good items for the Blade Master. This could have been a disaster Blade Master game, but actually he gets Slippers, he gets Helm of Valor, and that was really lucky for him. If not for that, this would have been a bad Blade Master game.
He had everything under control. You could even think about if he used that as a little bit of a bait. The Shadow Hunter was right there. Could have closed this around potentially. Maybe that was FoCuS's thinking. Would love to see moments like this. It was the Helm of Valor. Amazing item for the Blade Master, of course. Alchemist creeping on the side. Moon's getting the expansion up. It feels like this was pretty much delayed. And second Ancient of War is also only now coming, plus upgrades. Plus we don't have Moonglave's upgrade yet. There's still a lot that Moon has to work on.
40 seconds for the Moonglaive. The most amazing thing is that it makes Huntress way better against Serpent Wards. Of course, Whisk coming out early for the detonates. Moon knows that this is almost all in because of course he's aware there's no counter expansion anywhere. Kodo Beast gonna get purged, trying to be saved. Moon there a little bit slow with the reaction against the Devour.
So, well, not everybody can be happy and dodge 20 Devours at a time. Here we go. One Kodo down. We go for the Keeper here. There is a TP. Needs it against the crit. And FoCuS still pushing with the shop. I love this. I said this yesterday. The adjustments by Orc to have a backup shop like humans would do it. Absolutely fantastic. They need the mana. They need the sustain. It's not a natural element of that said race to get some mana regen somewhere, so shops have to do it, and Moon still has to weather the storm.
We do have heavy armor hunts now, which is quite good. Entangle again on a Kodo. Oh, and there's no purge anymore. Oh, that's really annoying. Can that Kodo be saved somehow without purge? It's only level 1 entangle. It doesn't last forever, and it's a big heal scroll. Healing up that Kodo again. With the Voodoo Lounge almost finished.
Oh, Alchemist getting so close to a surround. The second Kodo is dead. The hunt is back. Some hunts were saved to the side with like no HP. Thank you for pointing that out, Mr. Demo Man. The Expo is still in trouble, still under pressure. Grunt's pretty good against buildings. Shaman, terrible. And Kodo would love to have a bite at this tree, but apparently not a vegetarian.
Alchemist low HP. If there's a purge, he might be in trouble. Alchemist taking a lot of damage, and this Alch is dead. Tower's now even coming up as well. More Wisps coming in for the detonates. Huntress is just seem to have a tough time taking these fights here.
Well, they're not the best unit in the game, are they? We have more Kodos. Orcs play more and more and more Kodos. Yummy. FoCuS so close to killing this base. If he gets rid of that second base, everything is beautiful here. Moon is also not repairing currently. It's floating a few resources. Wants to get some more units in. There it is. Blade Master, chop, chop, chop. The Huntress micro looking fine. One micro to the right, the other to the left. One had to be sacrificed here. But more reinforcements streaming in.
Stressful game for Moon. Everything is still pretty hurt, especially that Tree of Life. He's got a supply lead, but much of that is Huntresses who are so hurt they can't fight. Would love to go to a fountain now if it was nighttime only, but we're still in daytime here for a good while.
Just hanging in there. I mean, there's only one dot remaining on the clock until it turns night. Thank you, Kefka Time. Yeah, this is like 18 food, not ready to fight at all. Wouldn't it be nice to have an alchemist that could heal all of these units up again? This is it. This is the heal spray moment. But what about the left-hand side? What about the tree? It's dead.
Gives it up. No saving that one anymore. FoCuS here with a clinical execute. It seemed like he had a slow early game. It seems like Moon was set up pretty well to defend, but we saw this also a couple of days ago. The Huntresses in the early fights, even with the heavy armor upgrade, even with some attack armor upgrades, just seem not that impressive.
I agree. I am pretty much the only person in the world, but I would love to see glaives paired with them for additional damage, especially against Shaman or archers for the matter. Now, FoCuS, can you close this out? The supply gap is growing. The blade is getting stronger and stronger. With Critical Strike 2 now, I believe. Could be mirror image, but no, we don't see that yet. Kodo surrounded, Alchemist surround. Yo, that's definitely a Critical Strike level 2. 174, 156. Too much damage. And this is too much for Moon. He has to tap out here. First Orc win of the day.
Yeah, nice play by FoCuS. It seemed like he was in a bit of a rough spot, losing that item early on, giving the Keeper a fairly easy expansion, but good push. The Kodos, man. The mass Kodos against the Hunts, something we didn't see in the past, working out here pretty well. And yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with the Huntresses right now. I feel like they are looking really, really weak. Maybe archers into Dryad Bears would have been better after all.
Well, in hindsight, everything's 2020 in it. Yeah, I think you need more, but Moon was also under constant pressure. Couldn't get anything else. wasn't really a rocket strapped to the back of the keeper in this game, as it has to be. FoCuS also played this really well. He was, even back then in 2020, one of the best players against this strategy, and he still knows what to do to this day.
All right, we got the next invite. Hammerfall gonna be map number 2. Did you get that one as well, mister?
Now I did. They just, for some reason, prioritize you.
That's a good reason. That's a very good, understandable reason. Thank you very much, Mr. Orkwolf. Hopefully now we're gonna have no connection issues, so we're both gonna be able to get in. I wonder why they're not playing on War 3 Champions, by the way. I mean, that is the best thing about KK compared to War 3 Champions. If the observers lag, they don't lag the game. I still wonder how the hell they coded that, because Battle never had that. The one thing that is unfortunate on War 3 Champions.
That is correct. We are looking for player colors right now. Okay, now it's selected, and I see Moon in the lobby. I see them switching colors. I think I had a little lobby disconnect or something. So now HD will be back. Sound will be back properly. The overlay will be back properly, so everything in order. Hopefully, Moon can clean up his game. We go to Hammerfall, which is another great keeper map.
Yeah, especially against human, it seems like we see lots of keeper on that map recently. Against orc, does it work against orc? Do you want to go Demon Hunter here instead? I feel like keeper hunts is just looking kind of hopeless right now. But keeper archer dryads, I could get behind.
Well, you know, the missing element, right? I mean, I told you yesterday.
I was about to say.
We've seen
What is it,
3
Nia?
days ago.
What is it?
I mean, you can do a lot of things with the keeper, right? You can pair it with a demon. You can play hunts, archers, dryads, as you say, yada, yada, yada. But you're missing the wrong piece. You're missing the key to the riddle that is the keeper of the grove. And that is, of course, the almighty pit lord. Jens has shown the world against Lin. He beat Lin. Lin had 0 chance against Jens with keeper and pit lord. It is time, Mr. Moon, to follow in the footsteps of the might that is Jens and play the keeper pit lord.
Hell yeah. What did he play with the keeper pit lord, by the way? Was it bears or what?
It didn't need anything else.
Right, it was just 2 heroes and wisps, right?
Well, he could have skipped the wisps, but you know, that would have made Lin look like a fool. He didn't want that. Yeah, classic. They're pretty heavy on dryads, that is, then as well. Captain Kirks, thank you for the 8 months.
Yeah, you've been shouting for this strategy for a long time. So far, the pro players have not much been obliging. I wonder what Moon has in store now. If this was just one of the run-of-the-mill night elves, like Life, like Kaho, like Colorful, this would just be a normal Demon Hunter game, but with Moon, you can never quite be sure.
We're in the score screen?
Yeah. Okay, that's a new bug. Nice.
Yeah, that's a new error message as well.
Okay.
Get a new lobby.
Everyone's leaving the lobby.
Every day,
yeah.
this game surprises us, eh? Ain't that nice? Ain't that nice? You know, it's a good service.
Keeping things
for our
fresh.
audience. It's a good
you know,
service to our audience. They can get a new coffee. They can get beverages. They can finish their breakfast. Go to the restroom. Not missing anything.
and after 24 years of Warcraft 3, you know, it's nice to keep us and everybody on their toes. We don't know what we're gonna get. It's always a bag full of surprises.
Seems like we have a color issue again with 20 observers. That is, of course, 20 colors occupied. And it was you who got it assigned. Noise. We had this convention that the players get invited first and then the observers. We kind of forgot about that. So the color issue seems back.
Yeah.
Thor!
Oi!
10
Oi!
gifted subs! Let's go! 0403, my favorite number next to 10 gift subs. That's also, of course, a wonderful number. Much love, man.
Speaking of player colors and favorite numbers, you have a favorite color, Neo? Please don't say it's black. There's enough black in your life already.
That's dark. You know, for me, I only have like this male way of pointing to colors, right? It's red, blue. You're a bit more specific, so you might have to help me out here a little bit.
Okay.
I love to see the purple that isn't purple. You know, the new purple.
The new purple.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the Twitch purple? Is that why it's your favorite purple?
No. It just looks beautiful, that purple. Like, you know, that was introduced with 1.28. That purple.
Ah, okay, you were talking about Warcraft purple.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, what would I talk about? I only talk about Warcraft.
You know, any other color as well.
Oh, then it's obviously
was that?
black.
What would that color have been? But there's also black. in
Lavender.
Warcraft.
Is it lavender?
It might be lavender. You love the smell of lavender, don't you?
Screw that, dude. It's disgusting. Anyway. Game time. Winner bracket, quarterfinal. Moon fighting for survival here as FoCuS takes the 1 and the O. Now, is it keeper time? Is it demon time? It's definitely Hammerfall time.
With the altar and rather the Ancient of War next to the seafood camp. Normally here we see the Demon Hunter can be very efficient and fast with the immolation creeping, trusting in the blind man to guide him to the promised land. A little bit optimistic maybe. Would you trust a blind man to bring you to your desired destiny? Moon's a man of faith, just like me.
I mean, in this day and age, Mr. Remo Demo, we have something called Google Maps. And there you don't even need to see, bro. You just type it in, and that should be possible, and then you can listen to the directions. So for sure.
Google Maps is pretty cool. Google Maps Premium in Warcraft, what would that be? Like map hack feature? That doesn't
Shade.
sound good. Don't even want to think about that. Oh, Shade, yeah. I mean, Shade is half a map hack.
It is. I'm still of the opinion the Shade should be treated as a summon and should expire after a while. It's another genius idea of mine that hopefully gets implemented soon. But now, we got creeping, and this very much looks like immolation. This camp is wonderfully pulled for Moon to attack pretty much everything at the same time, but he doesn't. It's a bit of a waste.
Not the greatest efficiency, but I guess it's okay.
Was that what I thought it was?
Did I?
Yeah? No? It was close though.
It was close. I want to make sure you avoid that as much as you can. Demon Hunter is going to get 2 items early on, maybe even 2 tomes, and a quick level 2. That's a nice start. While the Blade Master was hunting after... Wait a minute. How did the Blade lose all of his mana?
I would guess Windwalk.
But he used 3 Windwalks and got detonated for 1 Wisp? I mean, how did he even use 3 Windwalks by now?
Probably, FoCuS is probably a standard key, hotkey user, so he pressed W quite excessively. Yeah, that's a bit of a waste, and he's up against mana burn now as well, so mana count won't rise. That forces him into an earlier shop than he would like to have. This is a bit of an odd early game, but Moon coming in, sees the shop, like, not with me, buddy, down with capitalism.
Demon Hunter here, the Wrecking Crew. I always appreciate how orcs always have the timing perfect to get the Windwalk in as the mana burn's coming, you know, so it's only minus 12 mana burn. Kinda neat.
A player's forces are under attack.
Phew. Slow start to a regular game. This will be so much about the laboratories and the mid-game fights. Love the attention to detail by Moon. Canceling the selves here with 1 archer, then running away, keeping the distance. This is looking pretty alright, I would say. Demon Hunter also with the Ring of Protection against the physical damage of a blade. Always appreciated. Makes the Demon Hunter even tankier. And if Moon wants to win, it only goes via a strong Demon Hunter.
So far, the inventory is actually favoring the Blade because he bought both circlets on both shops. That's why he was up there so close to the Wisp to get that circlet. came at a price, you know, not much creeping at the start, lots of mana, you lost, and so on. But the great thing in this matchup is you get 2 circlets, and the demon gets none. And now the archer is going to be in a bit of trouble here.
Okay, blade on a hunt. The knife is sharpened. The grunts are thirsty for some archer blood. Good body blocks. Body blocks, man. The trend of 2026, more and more and more body blocks, but not when he needs one here. Now it's nighttime. We do have dust, though, as you say. So not much to be acquired here. Shadowhunter's coming, though.
Yeah, it seems like FoCuS missed out on a kill opportunity. He didn't use the Windwalk there when he could have, right before the mana burn. Maybe he thought the demon wasn't quite in range,
That's
but
your
indeed
fault.
he was.
Because you praised him for always going into Windwalk before the mana burn. Boom, next sequence. Doesn't happen. Happens to me all the time.
Classic. It's a, what are we seeing here, by the way? It's a Naga second and double bestiary. This isn't the norm. This isn't the keeper. This isn't the Raider Walkers. This is something else.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. I mean, it makes sense. Last hit. Oh, went to... Ooh. To the Ancient?
The guy with the grunt.
Oh yeah, Shadowhunter got no XP because
so.
he's not part of the fight yet. Ooh, damn. I mean, FoCuS' play makes sense, right? We've seen Moon yesterday in this matchup, and he played a lot of Dryads versus Soin. So why not open up with double bestiary?
Last Riot Expo, indeed, we saw that a bunch yesterday, and Moon has been a big fan of that strat over many, many years. And that it is. Expo on the spot, Mass Riot's on the way. With that, certainly, the Mass Raiders make sense. And it should be... You know, normally I would say it should be Serpent Wards, but that would mean no heal wave now that we have Hex.
True. Maybe you can switch later down the road. We have a Blade Master with evasion, not what he really wants, but an early game, well done by FoCuS once again. And Moon, this is his playstyle, man, has been for a long time. It is Mass Dryads plus an Expo, but FoCuS reads him like a book.
Slow on the Demon Hunter here, very annoying. Gonna have to TP out. There's a dust. Again, a little bit late on the dust. Second time here, he misses an archer kill opportunity. But there will be many more opportunities, I can promise you, because there's going to be a whole lot of Ensnare. The upgrade is already researched, and more raiders are on the way.
Ooh, if you're a fan of the GOAT, pray and send your energy, because FoCuS is looking fiery hot. Great reads by him, great openings as well. Demon Hunter is far from level 3. Neither the mana burn nor the immolation is really meaningful at the moment. He's closing that door real nice though, and if a raider is getting in range of a Naga, it's probably gonna be a kill.
But having the Ancient of War is also really annoying, right? If there was an Ancient of War there defending the expansion, that would help a lot. But that one was lost. Last hits were lost. Mining still 60 seconds out. And FoCuS gonna go for the big item in the middle. Big healing and big mana would be insane here.
This is oftentimes what Hammerfall is about. First item, big invuln. Also really good to go for like chases, to go for buildings, to go for wisps. We get pillage prior to the first attack. Oh, lovely. Losing grunts now, though. Straight up fight, but as you prophesied, these Ensnares are wrecking the Dryads, and the Dryads are supposed to carry quite a bit.
If it's a 1-for-1 trade, it's great news for Moon, of course, having the expansion. It's going to be operational in just a little bit. And it's going to be significant losses here as well for the Orc. The Cold Arrow from the Naga gets another kill. 2 archers dead, but those archers did decent damage, I would say. However, we have more Ensnares. We have Ensnares for days and no TP.
Uh-oh, it's a bit problematic, man. We do have an Invul Potion, but how do you get the Naga out now? Raider dead, but 3 more Dryads are missing left and right. We got a 5-foot lead. Demon Hunter holds the fort all by himself. We get the Wisps in purely for the detonate, but there's not much mana anyway. Demon Hunter is getting controlled nicely. Everything falls. It's a bloodbath on this bridge leading to Moon's Expo.
Yeah, Moon has lots of income though. Dryads produce pretty quickly. They are fairly cheap. Oh, killing the shop will be big. That would mean no heal potions. Moon has to get him quick, and he picks up one, using it immediately. Gets another as well. So it's okay. Sure, the shop goes down, but he got those potions.
Okay, but the Naga has no potion, and the Naga is getting critted, and the Naga is 6 feet under. First, he loses the Dryad for less control. Now he loses the Naga for less control. And the Dryads, man, just one after the next. Demon Hunter made it to 3. Okay, but can he deal with the force that is FoCuS?
FoCuS just finding kill after kill. The mass ends there absolutely working out fantastically here. Sure, there's expo mining going on for the Night Elf, but he's just picking them off one after the next.
Beautiful. Beautiful play by FoCuS, adjusting perfectly to the Dryad play. So much pressure on Moon. He needs that potion. He got that potion, but is there another way out against the Ensnares? I doubt it.
Can't move. You
No
can't
more
move,
demons.
buddy.
And can't hide either, even though he's a Night Elf. My God, this is a fast day in B-Cup playoffs, everybody. Happy 3-0 and FoCuS now with 3 match points against Moon.
Yeah, absolutely looking great right here. The Night Elves right now seemingly struggling in this matchup. They're trying to innovate, they're trying to play expansion, trying to play Naga, trying to play Mass Dryads. But FoCuS has seemingly the right answer at all times.
You know what they didn't play?
Pit Lord?
Keeper Pit Lord. I keep telling you, man. I keep telling everybody. I might have influence on the human balance, but apparently I have no influence on what these players are playing.
Somebody needs to tell them. Somebody needs to convince them. Jens, is he ahead of the curve? Is that the one key piece that's missing? Right now, a lot of things seem to be missing for Moon and the Night Elves, to be honest. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
That's right. Life being eliminated by Soin. Lawlight yesterday slaughtered by FoCuS. And of course, we have to say FoCuS played this oh so well. This wasn't even the biggest threat, though. We'll see where this goes. It is, yeah, it is a problematic situation for sure. Moon, he has to dig very, very, very deep now. It's coming up. The Night Elf Sanctuary is coming up, I would say, with springtime. This is always where they show their best. And this is the map where you might play talents.
Have you seen a talent game lately? Because I haven't in very, very, very long.
Let's not talk about it, Remo. It was a desperate attempt that, oh my God, backfired hard.
Yeah, crazy. How there are these strategies that used to dominate this matchup, used to put fear in the orcs. Right now, the orcs are fearless, seemingly having the right answer to everything.
Yeah, they are thriving in the meta right now and mostly play very, very clean as well. We got good momentum here. Unlike Moon. Also, I have to say, no crazy ingenuity here. It was a standard 6-year-old Keeper Huntress play. It was a very standard Demon Hunter play. I have to say, especially with the day of prep between round of 16 and quarterfinals, I expect more from Moon.
Yeah, what about Keeper Dryads? What about Keeper Bears? I feel like that makes things very awkward for the orc. If the opponent goes Keeper, you want to go Shaman, but then the Shaman don't do anything against Dryads, and basically also nothing against Bears. There are ways to make things difficult, ways to make things annoying. But on springtime, I feel like Night Elves do love to play the Demon Hunter quite a bit.
FoCuS in a beautiful position in this series. If he wins this one, we get the winner bracket semifinal versus Happy. I think a match that many players anticipate and fans anticipate as well. While it was an incredibly one-sided affair for many years, FoCuS is more competitive than ever, I would say. Maybe since 2016 Jera Cup days.
Yeah, I would agree. He's been looking really good there as well. Him and Lin have been having some great success against the top undeads. And those matchups have been insane, by the way, where oftentimes the orc seems to be behind, holding on. All of a sudden, stomp and snag a couple of crits. And there we go. And I'm sure this game we're also going to be seeing a couple of good crits. FoCuS can reliably trust in the Blade Master, in the katana, the big ass sword. Are we gonna have the Moonglaves on the other side? Is it time for Demon again? I would be shocked, honestly, if it isn't. Indeed, it is.
Makes quite a bit of sense here. You can immolation creep, and yeah, these are also signs. Hammerfall first creep camp. He only hit one creep with immolation. That's not what immolation is for. You want to hit as many units as possible with that immolation to speed things up, and then you're the one applying the pressure. That wasn't perfectly pulled, that wasn't perfectly positioned, and if these details are missing from a Demon Hunter play, it doesn't click anymore.
Yeah, you need some momentum as well. You need to get the right items, the right levels at the right time. Demon Hunter inventory there was pretty underwhelming. He only had a Ring of Protection. One of those, of course, is nice to have, but ideally you want to have a 6-slotted, fully Beast Mode Demon Hunter. And if you get there with 6 good items, with level 4, or maybe even level 5, that's where he can show his full potential. It's not that easy to get there. It's not too easy to ensure that game state. But it seems like right now that's what the Demon needs. Like, true late-game power, not just a little bit of, you know, ability.
We are creeping 2 spots at the same time. Look at that. Little unfortunate that, again, he's hitting 2 out of 3 creeps with Immo. But the other camp has been cleaned up. FoCuS doesn't want the Knight Elf to contest the middle. Rushes there right away. It's, of course, a very tiny camp that you have to go through, so less effective. And the Demon Hunter has more armor and more HP. That makes him very efficient. Level 2. I very much like the start for Moon.
Looking quite tanky here as well. In the middle, cannot really do anything about this creep. That one is already finished. Blade Master, of course, very happy about those slippers. A little bit of luck from the first creep camp. And the Demon Hunter is going to get a circlet this time around. Might be a better start already compared to before.
I do feel the momentum a little bit for Moon. This is looking fine. Things are starting to click. And this is what he needs after 2 beatdowns, really. Blade Master, also this tiny little camp, gets double slippers. Mamma mia.
That is so lucky. That's very unlikely and very, very powerful. That is Fortuna on FoCuS' side. Sometimes we say that he has, you know, a pact with the god of luck. And look at him, just running behind the gold mine, trying to avoid being mana burned. Great movement. Didn't have that hit self-cancelled for a long time.
You're right on. I love this, man. FoCuS. You can just, in your head, you can see him smile. These beautiful cheeky smile that FoCuS has at times, like when he played Elegant in Super League. Many remember. But yeah, with an inventory like that, why wouldn't you smile?
Yeah, we are at the very start of the game, and he's got +8 agi. This is really, really, really good. And now he's got a dust as well, so archers might find themselves in trouble. Boots on the demon, so he gets away easy, but the archers have to be more careful.
Oh, Moon, what's the play this time? It looks like the standard play so far. Hunter's Hall tech aligning nicely, no nerves shown. Soin is waiting in the lower bracket for the loser of this game. Might be a little advantage for Moon that he has the same matchup twice in a row if he ends up there. But Soin also defeated live, so not an easy task. Demon Hunter comes in, steals it. Item as well. Big, big, big moment for Moon. Maybe the first real good moment.
Yeah, nice play right there. Good steal, absolutely. That was great to get. That was also a big mistake by FoCuS. He moves away literally at the 1 second that the demon can get the steal. He could have just kept attacking the creep, could have gotten it and the item. So that was a little bit sloppy by FoCuS, but not the end of the world. Big creep now. Blade Master can make up for it now with the perfect timing. Doesn't quite get it. Demon with the item and the experience.
What the hell? And the demon with a new companion. Look at that. It's a Fire Lord with Soulburn. I played the Fire Lord against carry heroes for a long time because Soulburn is so sick. And now Moon is stepping into many footsteps, into the human footsteps as well. They've been playing that against demon hunters, and now they learn. This will require Dispel. FoCuS has already decided. Radar Walker is the play, and with Walkers, you have a lot of things. You got good damage as well. Spirit Link, amazing, but very, very limited Dispel.
Violet is a crazy good right clicker, especially when he gets the orb going, but even before that, Gloves of Haste are wonderful for him. Yeah, I'm not sure that I've seen this before in this matchup, but cool idea. As long as you have mana to use the Soulburn.
We have more Firelord love also with first hero, as a first hero with instant expansions. Moon loved the Firelord when he was freshly buffed against Undead as well. And now he's supposed to help him when in times of trouble. When Mother Mary came to him. Mother Bloodwrath. No, Mother, what's he? Volcanus. We go onto the heroes here. Demon Hunter, of course, very tanky. Nice mana burns. Ogre's still up. Contest works well, and Moon is getting Dryads.
It is really funny, by the way, to see crits when they're Soulburn. Sometimes it's a crit for 10.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a crit for 28.
I mean, he can literally hit for 0 damage.
Yep. If he's unlucky enough. Oh, nice deny there by the Walker in the back. Didn't get the experience from the Grunt, but the Grunt still dead. One Archer now gonna be falling. Blade, by the way, got a big heal potion, which is also amazing. The drops here are actually 3 out of 3 perfect for FoCuS.
Agreed. So much sustain in these fights when there is hero focus. Flute also not too shabby for a Dryad player like Moon is, and we don't see attack. You rob the Demon Hunter of his biggest strength. The synergy of Demon Hunter, Rejuvenation, and Orb of Venom is what makes Night Elf so strong. And with, like, there are walkers, so FoCuS expected that too, to go, like, to face bears. Now walkers are kind of useless. I wonder if he adds a second beastery down the road.
He's gonna have to scout as well what's going on. The Mass Dryad expansion, it is again. As you pointed out earlier, this seems to be the new Korean style. Played by Moon, played by Lawlight. And now Moon is the one moving across the map. Steal here would be fantastic. Maybe with the mana burn. Can get one cheeky. Not quite perfectly timed. Scourge Bone Chimes, by the way. These items are crazy.
Okay, so is the Firelord damage at the moment. Damage is ranking up. The more you attack with Incinerate, the higher the damage is. Heal potion soon necessary on this blade, but Invo potion first. Heal wave first. It might be the last one. Dryads again. Ensnared and slaughtered.
Enough Ensnare seeming to pick them all off. Dryads even without upgrades here, faring pretty well in this fight so far. Of course, there are more Ensnares. Master, little low HP still, getting hit again by the Firelord. But he's got the heal potion still available. And this is all while the expansion is coming up. This was now quite a few Dryad losses in the end.
Yep, new ones are coming in, but get instantly ensnared. Archer, of course, don't really matter against this. Is he sending these Dryads just to the slaughter? Is that the right call? Firelord in trouble, gets the TP and gets out, but not without an exit kill. Demon might be out of TP range. Ensnare, he's
one
alone.
ensnare.
He was so greedy, Remo.
With just one Ensnare, though, he should be able to get away. So speedy with the boots. And that was a lot of investment made, you know, keeping the Orc busy for a long time to get the expansion up. Tree of Life almost finished. But we still have to wait a little bit longer for the actual mining.
That is the win condition. That is what the Firelord was supposed to enable. It might just work. FoCuS usually has always a Blade Master roaming around the map looking for this and cutting the Entangled Goldmine, as I said on Concealed already. There might still be the time, but the skill build indicates he doesn't want to roam that much. It's only Windwalk 1, crit 2.
Pendant of Energy gonna be sold, same as the mana potion earlier. Doesn't appreciate the mana so much, rather the damage and the healing from Heal Pot. Was able to hold on to the heal potion, by the way. That's huge if he's going for the next big push soon.
Right on. And he's on the warpath already. Ancient of War will scout this. Might buy a second or two, but FoCuS seems determined, man. He is on the warpath. I say that, and he turns around and kills the Ancient of War. This gives Moon time to posture up a little bit.
Can Moon do something smart here, something clever? Can he look for some reinforcements, maybe? The reinforcement intercept play, one of Moon's biggest strengths. But it's dangerous to do against raiders. If you are a little bit out of position, you're going to get punished immediately.
Moon fighting against the lower bracket. Doesn't want to face another orc. for now at least. Kodos in Raiders, healed by the Scroll of Healing. So well done. Health is on until everything was hurt evenly. The beautiful thing about Spirit Link as well. Dryads and Snare. Dryad killed. Minus 22 on this blade. He needs some help to kill off that Dryad. But Moon in dire straits.
Yeah, most certainly is.
A player's force
Expansion now very much looking exposed. Always the dangerous thing about facing Raiders. The expansion can be killed so easily. There's no wall off here. There's no towers here. And that Tree of Life is almost down. What about the Demon Hunter? Can he survive it? He's got defensive items. Soul Burn again, but getting dispelled. Now going towards the Dryads. And we have so few of those Dryads.
Big crit, 150! Needs the potion from the Fire Lord to the Demon. Yep, there we go. That's the last bit of sustain. Moon in the ropes. We need this lucky punch.
Fire Lord almost surrounded. One more ensnare and he might be dead. He is not so tanky like his friend. And the Fire Lord goes down with the crit. GG. Another 3-0 that I really wasn't expecting.
Damn, me neither. Not in this fashion. Moon a bit out of his depth here, trying to bring back vintage strategies on map 1. FoCuS clobbered that down. I feel like Moon's execution wasn't there yet, and also a follow-up was missing. But map 2, FoCuS tore his head off. Map 3, FoCuS tore his head off. FoCuS just squeaky clean. He was the better player here today, and he's going to be facing Happy now in a super hype match in 2 days.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game. Really looking forward to it. There's some game tape also for FoCuS to study, so that's a nice little bonus. Of course, with him having faced Soin before, maybe that can give FoCuS a little bit of an edge that he might need. But if FoCuS can keep playing like that, then he's going to be one of the heavy hitters in this tournament. Very exciting to follow his progress over the next couple of days. Has to be mentioned as well, we gotta hope that FoCuS doesn't dip in performance again as we get to the end of the tournament, which we've seen many times before.
Yep. Recently, though, he looked incredibly good. Yumiko Arena, 3rd place finish. Also, incredibly close series versus Happy in that lower bracket final. It seems like, I say this, since FoCuS turned 37, he's a different person. Would love for him to get a big win here in this day and age in B Cup 22. So far, I got very little to complain, but as we said, Happy posed new threats to the org with new builds, new timings, new everything, and phenomenal control. So FoCuS back to the drawing board. Maybe no show match today and tomorrow, but just practice, 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 practice.
Yeah, he's going to have to work hard for the next challenge. That's for sure. The good thing is, even if it doesn't work against Happy, there's going to be a lower bracket still for him to move through. Happy's again on course to make the grand final, as he has been able to do basically every single time. Next up, lower bracket, Soin against Moon. And Soin will try to copy exactly what FoCuS did right there.
Well, we'll see if Moon has some other strategies. He displayed 3 different strategies. Again, Soin ended up in this round of 8 because he killed the best Night Elf player on the planet in the round of 16. That is life. He had the comfortable situation of watching Moon play yesterday and today, and I would give Soin the edge here as well. Okay, think about that, huh?
What do I think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
I mean, I got game tape from yesterday, 3-2 Soin, just repeat.
Ahead of today, I would have thought Soin would be inferior here. Bigger tournament, bigger stakes, bigger preparation for Moon. Sure, there was the loss yesterday, but that was just like a show match. A little bit of a different story, I think. But with how Moon just got absolutely obliterated, yeah, I might be turning on my previous position. Maybe this just isn't Moon's day today. Maybe this isn't his tournament.
Or he had zero desire to play Happy in the winner bracket semifinal, held back the strategy for when it really was necessary in the lower bracket.
Is it now time, Neo? Is it finally time?
It is time to blast out The Keeper and the Pit Lord, the strongest strategy on the planet. And that might eliminate Soin then. By the way, since the state of my KK was questionable, do we have a game just yet? I think they have to do map pick and ban, but I want to be sure.
Yeah. They're doing pick ban. There's no lobby yet.
Good.
Waiting for the players to get it all set up. Maybe there's going to be a short break required as well. We are way ahead of schedule anyways, so players can gladly take their time.
Remo, let's
and
get wasted.
viewers
You,
can show us their
me,
support.
2 bottles
The crest
of
fallen
Jack.
with the $3. Says Remo, let's get wasted. You, me, 2 bottles of Jack. It sounds pretty good, actually. Not right now, though. Call me tonight.
You might have to listen to metal music, though.
Oh. Well, you know, if you drink enough, then at some point everything sounds the same. So maybe that's going to be my savior.
I definitely disagree with that statement. It's not the same for me. Or I've not been in your spheres of drinking. That's also possible.
Those spheres are nowadays almost never touched anymore, Neo. We have become mature and very reasonable righteous Remo, as I am now called, as you know.
I'm also almost never touched. I can sympathize
On Saturday,
with that.
I got kind of close, but not really.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, thank you guys for your support. We're waiting for the lobby, and that gives us, of course, the time to give a little, shed a little light on the sponsor of this month, OperaGX. You know this for 2 weeks already. You guys have been supporting us like crazy. 900 downloads is not what I expected. It's very, very, very cool. Every download is like a Prime sub to us, and every 150 downloads is a little extra on top of that. You can divide and think and see. That was very nice. And OperaGX is very nice to you as well. It's the browser for gamers, everybody, and it's available for Windows and Linux, and comes with great features. For example, this little sidebar right here, where everything is integrated that you might need for your gamer internet experience, like a Twitch integration, where you can always check, hey, is back to Warcraft live? I know they streamed just an hour ago, but maybe Remo is just passing it over to Neo and they might be online. Yeah, you can check that here without going to Twitch directly. Can answer your Discord messages from this sidebar, can change your music with the Spotify integration, do the doom scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, whatever you want, all with this little bar. Can control the resources that the browser takes. If you're gaming yourself, you don't want the CPU and RAM to go to the browser. If you're watching some Chinese streams, that can be quite excessive. Not with OperaGX though. All the FPS and all the good ping going to the game instead of the browser. Comes with an ad-blocked VPN. Everything is fully customizable. I got the wonderful, wonderful purple color that's matched by my keyboard now as well. It's oh so pretty, Remo. OperaGX. Downloadable now with the command !OperaGX.
If you guys don't have this amazing browser yet, then what are you even doing? Are you even a gamer if you don't have the browser for gamers? It seems questionable. It seems like you don't want to have that question asked by your peers. Get the best software there is. Download it now. Help us along the way. It's a win-win-win, triple win. As we're starting to set up the next lobby now. Looks like the vetoing has been done. As we're getting ready for our lower bracket match.
That is the fight for survival indeed. I was assigned the blue color. Off we go. Boom. Yeah, that is a strong moon recently. I mean, his he probably looked at the bracket and was like, God damn, where are all the humans? Why are my little lambs that I slaughter every day in the show matches and WSB not in this tournament here? Where's the 40? Where's the Infi? It was only Sock and he wasn't in his way. So his tough matchups here in the round of 8 has to overcome Soin. So what did Moon learn from the game yesterday? And what might he have seen the weaknesses in Soin that he has displayed? Soin did beat Life and Moon 2 days back to back, but it was also both incredibly close 3-2.
Yeah, I feel like the strategies are what they are. I feel like they can work. I feel like they can't work. You know, I think it's more of a vibe thing. I think you got to feel the confidence. You got to trust in your abilities. You got to execute on a high level. I don't think from yesterday to today, from that game to the next, I feel like there's not going to be a big revelation moment, like, oh my god, chimps is the thing I have to play. I think he just has to make sure to play a solid game from beginning to end and deliver in these fights.
Okay, then we'll see how both devoured the losses on this patch. 5-3 in favor of Soin. Historically, though, far, far, far ahead for Moon. But we have to say, despite the game versus Happy earlier, Soin in great shape. It was noticeable yesterday. It was noticeable versus Live. Great fighting spirit as well. But yeah, if yesterday's match was an indicator, Soin might be the favorite here. 2 consecutive games, 3-2. But yeah, it's time for a competitive match, Remo. I'm sick and tired of these 3-0s.
Yeah, it would be a sadly very short day in the B Cup today. So let's get us some longer games here. Let's keep on going. Concealed Hill. Let's load it up.
Load it up indeed. Concealed Hill was the keeper game by Moon versus FoCuS. We've also seen some nice tower-supported pushes by Soin on this map when the Night Elf is going for an expo. So the stage is set. The fight for survival. B Cup round of 8. 1 player will be eliminated. It is going to be a Korean. So much is safe. Happy is through. FoCuS is through. Who will survive and see another day? Is it Moon or is it Soin?
We're gonna have Moon once again spawning in the top right, Soin in the bottom left. Does he dare to go keeper here once again, or does he feel like, well, it didn't work too well, maybe not the best idea? The painful thing here, the tough thing is, it's hard to find the winning formula right now. What is it that's working? Bears don't seem to be working. Dryad Expansion doesn't seem to be working. Keeper Hunts doesn't seem to be working.
Do you really
What
want
about
an
Talons?
answer, or is that
what about Talons? Can we go some Talons, baby?
Do you really want me to answer that question, or was that like hypothetical?
I mean, you always tell me that everything is better with Talons.
That is correct. Not sure about this matchup when you fully rely on talents. I still think Keeper Pit Lord, of course, but you also said it, just a clean start. We open with the Blade. How predictable is Moon? We expected a keeper, and it is a keeper. It's a very map-specific choice by Moon. We thought also Hammerfall, but there it wasn't the case. Here it is, though. So will the Expo work better? Will the creeping work better? Can he control the Blade Master better? Usually the thing that works always for the Night Elf is the Demon Hunter, but Moon trying to be a bit different.
Yeah, I could see a keeper into 1-base Dryad play this time. Play the keeper, pretend to expand, make the orc maybe overextend, and then just play into the Dryads. And yeah, Bears later on, if you can, with a number of different second hero options, I would say. I pointed out earlier, there's really cool synergy for the Keeper and Dryads. When you play Keeper, Orc feels like he has to go Shaman, and then you go Dryads, against which Shaman do absolutely nothing, and against which also Bears tend to do very well.
You know what's the call here, Mr. Remo? I got the call. I got the secret sauce for Moon's success, because I've seen it yesterday after a very, very, very long time of not seeing it at all. Mid-tech AP distraction in the pocket, because nobody is scouting for that anymore.
Yeah, that used to be a Keeper classic. Absolutely. Could be a consideration here as well. We'll see about that. Keeper gonna go for a fast level 2, creeping 2 camps at the same time, moving to 3 quickly, fairly quickly, is of course great to have. And we got that Hunter's Hall again early. I'm a bit surprised to see this. Like I said, I thought it was gonna skip the hunts, but no, still hoping to make him work.
Okay. Claws and Cloak, nice start. Being able to hide from the Blade Master is always a good thing. Same for a Circlet on the Blade Master, also always a good thing. We have a Scout Whisk at the south, and Moon going for the little kobolds here, while Blade Master is wrecking the Wisp, I thought.
Nice reaction.
Yep. Nice Moonwell juice. This is also a lovely position because the Blade Master can't squeeze himself through the trees and Hunter's Hall. So yeah, good save.
Experience on the Keeper looking pretty good already. When the hunts come out, 1 more green camp, or maybe 2. should be enough for the level up. Hunts are indeed on the way. Wait a minute. Keeper's creeping the null already?
Attacking.
If Blade sees this, that could be a sick creep jack.
With the long walk creep from ESL Meisterschaft days, lure out the null, entangle him here. This didn't work. Usually you're supposed to creep this alone. Someone is expecting a Cobalt Cramp at this time. Oh, is he in Windwalk? No. So Keeper can't control him. Could control him if he had mana. Dangerous! Someone gets it. Item to the Keeper though.
Yeah, that's a big risk, right? Why did you go for that risk? That steal is huge. That's a huge experience swing. A risk he didn't really have to take.
Well, he wanted to be cute. He feels the need to take some risks here. Again, unfortunately, not super clean. We've seen this better before. And Soin knows now what's up. He's going Shadowhunter, Beastery, regular builds. He also has the Lumber Mill. This was... it's kind of his thing, I think, in this matchup, going for an early Lumber Mill. Spirit Lodge coming up as well. I think he can be very proud of this early.
Yeah, Keeper's still not on level 3. When he got 3 camps so early, without any problem. And now the Hunts are moving back north.
Creeping the rest, cleaning this up for an expo.
But there's mirror image here. Sees all of this.
Aye, that is an adjustment that FoCuS didn't do. Mirror image against Entangle is wonderful. Keeper close to 3. Can he take this one without steals? That must be 3 actually. And it is.
Alright, finally. But this all seems a bit shaky, dude. This all seems like one thing goes wrong, all of a sudden the House of Card tumbles. Shadowhunter out. Serpent Wards. Gonna be great to begin creeping with. And it's a Demon Hunter second this time, by the way.
Okay. It's also using the fountains a bit better. He has the time for that. Soin doesn't check. So free healing for the Hunts. Amazing. Demon Hunter will be there in 20 seconds. It is also lures. So Hunts into Dryads. No mass Hunts. No Expo. Keeper, Demon Hunter, Dryads that is.
Keeper now with Treants trying to take the enemy lab away, maybe? Oh, no, he was thinking about it, but then changes his mind. That Shaman shows up just in time to make sure the Entangle isn't gonna be deadly.
Very, very sweet. Kodo in as well. Little broccoli, maybe as a side dish. Doesn't need it. Shadowhunter level 2. Still a potentially overpowering Demon Hunter with that ring, with the claws. Treants 2 over Entangle 2, by the way. So maybe some base attacks. Can flood bases with that. But yeah, Soin's army is coming together.
That'd be a nice quick level 2 for the Demon Hunter right here. Keeper trying to be annoying, trying to distract. Kodo using Devour against the creeps. Kodo creeping also we saw a bit of yesterday.
Yeah, and I mean, why not? You don't necessarily need to eat the Night Elf units, right? You jump faster from camp to camp. The Kodo Devour is slow, but it does the job anyway. And you're busy with the blades. Didn't get the steal, actually. Interesting. Or did he? Actually didn't. Don't think so.
Good mana burn, actually. Secured it.
Alright.
So that was level 2. Shadowhunter also on 2. And as long as there's no expansion, then Moon should be pretty satisfied with the game state. On the way to tier 3, he's going to have bears soon. If we keep this one base, exactly what Moon wants to see. This might be the best position for Moon yet, especially if we can get some more items and levels on this Demon Hunter.
I have a bad memory, right, Remo? We're getting old, but you're not as old as I am. Is this the first bear that we see for Moon today?
Today, yes.
Right? Okay. We might be cooking something up here if the Demon Hunter is getting better, and it looks like he's getting better. Getting the red spot uncontested. This is usually very much an orc thing. Moon steals it away. Not the greatest item. Agility and int. Nah. Late Master. Too late to the party, but maybe is he right for the demon? He's thinking about it. Nah, just the steal.
Yeah, this way could die, by the way. No mana anymore. Could get surrounded, invuln or not. Ring of Regen here is indeed fantastic to have for the Demon Hunter, but he doesn't have Ring of Protection, doesn't have Circlet. It's still not the most insane inventory.
Expo by Soin now so far unscouted. Soin might be glad that Moon is on the opposite side of the map. Going for more consumables. This might be a little poke into Moon's base to keep him busy, create space. Moon doesn't want to push because he's just on the verge of tier 3. And bears are coming in. Now TP home after getting the Scroll of the Beast, which is of course very redundant if you have bears anyway.
Wants to make sure not to lose the Moonwells here. Wants to get that juice out. 60 supply capacity is there for Moon. Wants to get the bears necessary to fill that supply. Demon Hunter, though, has to be careful. The Mass End Snare could lead to a kill right here.
Oh, we got Reju, though. But there's also Dispel. This is a Caster's war now. The Kodo, yummy. Bear in the tummy. New bears are coming in, but instantly sniped as well. And the Master Training is only finishing now. 2 bears gone.
Very painful losses right here. The Serpent Ward still fighting, by the way. Really good against the Dryads and Huntresses. Finding another kill. There's another End Snare. Oh man, this is critical kills being found by the Orc.
Looking really good for Soin here, man. This Blade Master only level 2, but the Shadow Hunter is doing so much work. Moon at 50, but the Expo is at 2/3 and so many bears gone.
This was quite painful indeed. Lots of corpses on the ground. 2 hunts also still part of the army. So this means this is 3 very inefficient supply in the Huntresses, who fall off more and more. Even with Glaive upgrade, as we've seen. A nice TP out I saw in here as well. Everything was hurt. Back home we go. Time to heal.
He also got the items from the left-hand side shop. Invo Potion Heal Scroll available now for the defense. That's pretty essential. Moon can do a pit stop here on the right-hand side shop. Doesn't have the resource because he has to rebuild all the bears. Keeper level 4 with Orb is, you know, nice. Nothing like a Demon Hunter level 4. Level-wise, though, Moon still competitive. What about the army? These 2 hunts, they really hurt, dude. 6 food suboptimal. One of them half dead. Speaking of half dead, this poor Headhunter, man. What did he ever do wrong?
Also, why are you here, buddy? That is not your neighborhood. This is
Me?
not
I'm
suburbs,
casting with
my
you.
friend.
I like to
50
cast with
months
you.
of awesomeness less than 3.
Yeah, nobody understands why.
Yeah, that's true. You got a weird taste. Emo music, Star Trek series, casting with Remo.
And you love 6-7.
Remo, I'm gonna eject you from the cast real quick. Thank you, Sorath, for 50 months of awesomeness. Less than 3 right back.
Yeah, now of course, so in a great position because Serpent Ward pit already set up at the expansion, which is mining. Much of that comes back to the great timing. The timing there to hit in the main base right before Master Training, of course. Then as Orc, you can always punish those kills quickly with the End Snares. Serpent Wards were doing so well against the unarmored units. If Moon had just been left alone for another minute, this game would have looked so different. But Soin knew exactly how and when he had to strike. He moved away a bit too far there, maybe from the Serpent Wards, and Sharp gives a decent opening to Moon. He gets 1 Raider for free, as he now pushes all the way in.
Okay then, detonates are solid. This got rid of a lot of Dispel, but single target Dispel is still an issue. Broccolis make their way through. Kodos have eaten 2 bears, and this one is still hungry. Another comes in. It's Soin, the Kodo Tamer Demon, in trouble. Nothing to save him there. No staff, no potion, no nothing, no hope.
Yeah, that's 4 bears in the Kodo stomachs. That is overwhelming supply lead now on the Orc, with more and more reinforcements on the way, by the way. Shadow level 4, super strong as well. Blade Master doesn't have the craziest items, but he's got some decent ones. And that Demon Hunter, it is sometimes insane to me how different a demon can look. If it's a first hero demon who picked up some tomes, he gets level 4, he gets all the items, he seems unkillable. But give him weaker inventory, and he's a wet noodle.
Well, that didn't work out either. Moon is going 0-4 against the Orcs of Korea. Ain't that nuts? He's 0-4. And you know what? It didn't even look good once.
Yeah.
Didn't even look good once.
You know?
Yesterday it looked a lot better.
I mean, it is the beginning of the series. Maybe there's a way back in, but from what it looks like right now on the outset, it's just... It's hard even to move forward here. Like, what do you take from your losses here? What is the lesson you draw? People love to say you win. You learn more from your losses than you would do from your wins. It just seems like every game is kind of the same. You start falling behind and you fall further behind. Orc expands and then it's over. What's there to do? What's there to learn?
Well, I do have an answer, but I mean, it might start to sound like a broken record here. It's the Keeper Pit Lord.
Keeper Pit Lord. That's what Neo is saying. That's what Jens is saying. When are the Night Elves desperate enough to go for it?
So, there's one person that is goated when it comes to strategies and identifying strong strategies, and that is Soul 8man. He was a follower of the Pally Rifle, was plaguing the meta and competitive Warcraft for many years. He was a follower. Then there was the Dark Ranger. Plaguing the scene for a couple of weeks, he was the biggest fan.
When she never really was very good.
She was really good and dominated a lot of situations before people learned how to play against her. Still, Soul 8man on the forefront of that strategy. And now, you know what? He's the biggest fan of the Pit Lord, and he has an eye for big strategies like this. So listen to the 8man.
Pit Lord, speaking of big, might be the biggest hero out there. 28 strength nowadays on level 1. There was a big buff on the recent patch. A couple of heroes got big strength increases. For the Pit Lord, we had high hopes. For the Beastmaster, we had high hopes. None of those hopes came true so far.
That is, I mean, if the players are stubborn and don't realize the value, then what can the balanced team do?
Go even more insane. 35 strength on level 1. Let's do it. That sounds like a good idea.
Plus 35 or like overall?
No, we're gonna go moderate. Just base 35.
Wonderful. Okay, Moon. Show us why people love you so much. Show us why people call you the GOAT. It's not the day for the GOAT yet. It's the day for the Horde. 0-3 versus FoCuS. Now 0-1 versus Soin. Soin also, after being clobbered to death by Happy and 0 chances on any map, now with a bit of a sigh of relief. Okay, do it 2 more times.
Surely, we're not gonna get another 3-0 here, right? I mean,
it is a possibility. Very much is. After seeing this game, Soin is playing wonderfully again. He's also playing different than FoCuS, so Moon cannot just blindly apply one learning to the next player. Soin is so heavy on Kodos in almost all matchups now. It's really nice to see how he found a new use case for that usually support unit.
I'll be right back.
He's looking for an answer, but there's of course nothing that can be said against that. We got a Keeper. This time, no Demon Hunter switch. We stick with the Keeper on Autumn Leaves. Soin really has no other choice except if he wants to go like super wild with the Blade. Thank you, Naturian, for the Prime 27. It is again the fight for survival. B-Cup 22. Whoever loses here is not going to get a second chance. Both fought bravely through the round of 16. So an eliminated life there. That was quite an upset, we have to say. It slips my mind. Who was Moon up against? Oh yeah, against Hazy. The 3-0 versus Hazy. That was a hell of a match, despite the 3-0 results. There things looked rather good. Is that a Wisp going down? I guess. Oops, another sign of maybe not the cleanest play by Moon today. Keeper Keeper got a carry, man. The carry of the Grove. Starts with the ring. Nice against the blade, as we oftentimes say it. Is that -2 wisps after 2 minutes 17?
That would be kind of terrible.
That is correct. I didn't see the first one, but I mean, at the lab, maybe chat saw what we got here. Entangle against the grunt. This is what made the keeper so strong back in the day, but it also is entangle first.
Oh, a nice block against the keeper so he doesn't get in range for the grunt. He could turn around the other way. I guess he's fast enough on those hooves of his. Do you think he's got horseshoes on? Maybe he needs horseshoes to be faster.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he does. Was that the neighbors, by the way?
Yep.
That's crazy. We got another entangle. This has to work, man. The keeper is so slow with creeping now. Without the treants, this is pretty greedy, and this is almost the last entangle already.
Surely the grunt has to go down here, but the deny should be fairly easy. So lots of effort, lots of mana to not get the experience in the end.
To me, this feels almost triggered. Going entangled first. Who's this? Sonic?
I actually like it though. It's Keeper Hunts Expo into Mass Dryads. I kind of like the strat. The last hit also gonna be taken.
Okay.
Level 2.
Okay, that was a big one. That is treants now. It is, by the way, no hunts. It's Keeper Archer Expo into Dryads, not Keeper Hunts Expo.
I think that's better. I feel like hunts are just looking
Garbage?
not Gucci.
Oh.
I never say that, Neo.
You what? I'm gonna introduce a garbage counter, bro. 1 Turmbräu for every garbage. I'm gonna repaid my debt in no time.
Might be expensive, dude. Turmbräu no longer 29 cents as they used to be. They're now 55 cents per can.
What? That's a crazy increase.
Yep.
That must be because metal got more expensive. It can't be because of the beer.
Yeah, everything got more expensive, dude. Even Turmbräu. By a lot.
Rip. Turmbräu.
Blade finds the expansion at least. Certainly doesn't have the time or damage to take it out. At least though he's aware. That should normally mean counter expansion, would have thought back in the day. But we saw earlier a game where we saw an all-in against the expansion, that concealed hill game with the Kodos against the hunts. I can tell you though, against mass archers and dryads, Kodos would do a lot worse.
That is due to the piercing damage and the sheer quantity. Kodo's really good against low number of units, so you can snack them, cut the army in half with a bit of devour. I agree with you. Oh, Soin is back to his anti-orc build. I love this, man. You know, I have some builds that I fancy a lot. This build is so cool. Early War Mill. You know, you don't really know what you're up against. You build the early War Mill, and then you have the lumber for double Beastery and Spirit Lodge. So whatever Moon is gonna throw at you, you got the answer.
So, is he gonna make just like 2 or 3 shaman for a little bit of purge and then mass raiders?
I agree. Yeah, I think so.
Is that the plan?
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, mirror image.
Oh, mirror image. Did he get it? Not sure.
I remain silent. I use my right to remain silent on the matter.
Pleading the 5th. No Pit Lord. Alchemist.
Mm-hmm. That I don't even know.
Maybe you should hope for Night Elves to always lose every single map until they finally start playing Pit Lord. You know, maybe that's the lesson they need.
Mr. Remo, I mean,
A town is under siege.
I have enough haters in the Night of community already. I don't have to hope for them to lose to make them more. I wish all players all the best.
Alchemist should be off to a pretty good start as well. You really want to get at least 1 ring when you're playing Alchemist. Without that, he is very, very low on armor. Blade Master, speaking of weak inventory, he has hardly anything so far. Shows himself now against the creeps. Alchemist joining in.
Players' forces
There's no dust, by the way. Archer could have just hidden, but okay, entangle. Archer trying to get away. It's a bit of a sketchy creep here. Things looking very, very close. And the item is not good. Scourge Bone Chimes. That one doesn't do much for his army.
Nice disruptive play by Soin once again with only a level 2 blade. Shadowhunter found a nice claw +8 for him as a reward for this play. Archer hurt, more Moonwells down. The creep didn't work. Has to creep this now without the Ancient of War, which means, of course, loss of HP, which you don't really want. But Moon can stay defensive. It's up to Soin to bring the fight to him.
Soin is sending out a peon, so he's getting ready for the counter expansion. Looks to be not an all-in this time around. But a push is still scary here. There's no real reinforcements at the Tree of Life at the expansion. Of course, very much in the middle of the map, easy to assault. And with the Raiders, you have to respect the damage.
We do not have Nature's Blessing. We only have 2 armor. We have a lot of wisps here, but they might be cut. Town Portal in. How's the army composition? Not the biggest one. Only 4 Dryads. You try to kite, but there's nets pinning you down. Moon fighting for survival here. You surely can't go down 0-2, but we open this fight with a double kill for Soin.
Moon, you gotta sell some items, buy some mana potions. That aura is extremely useless. Here's the mana potion, there's the tree, and that's the way you want to do it. But you can do this all a little bit faster, buddy.
Well. We got the snake pit set up. Are we bringing peons? No, we counter expand, so Soin doesn't even try to knock Moon out here. Might still work, though. Blade Master, a little bit hurt out of the fight due to all that poison. The position for Moon is quite nice in this little choke with the Alchemist blocking, but it can't block forever.
People there being committed. There's still enough dispel against all the treants, it seems. Alchemist in the back, getting a kill. That's the level 2 now as well with the grunt. Much appreciated is the heal spray gonna be. And so far, Soin's trading very well, it seems.
Looks like it. Moon is busy with the Serpent Wards.
Chemical Rage!
For damage.
Mamma mia!
That is a nice spell if you don't expect it. No heal spray against these, for these Dryads. Damage by Chemical Rage is really good. It's also very affordable. Still needs to survive. I love this ring, but is the ring enough? No, needs a staff. Alchemist still alive. Moon in the ropes, but still fighting.
Charm and count here, by the way, seems to be perfect. Always the right number of dispels available. Chemical Rage turned on again.
Okay.
You know, by the way, what Chemical Rage has in Dota 2, which I think it also should have here? More HP regen. Really cool.
Well. We go for the blade. Maybe you don't need that. Town Portal out, and Moon holds his Expo. Soin gets the second base as well. There's only one thing I like nearly as much as a cleaving Pit Lord, and that's a Chemical Rage Alchemist. If you can find some damage, if you can pimp him a little bit, this guy can turn into a carry if you don't control him well.
The cool thing about him is also every single item from this camp is good for him. Same with the Demon Hunter, you know? Claws, gloves, ring, all good. So you're guaranteed to get good upgrades. He's now almost level 3. Did he keep the Scourge Bone Chimes? Yes, he did. So that's also something that Alchemist can benefit from. If ever he gets to Bears, these are going to be great. I feel like Moon was kind of playing it risky, not selling the aura, you know, when he was under lots of pressure. But hey, he made it work in the end.
Second base for Soin as well, so you can ramp up production. The good thing here is he had the 3 production buildings already, so resupplying that army was super fast. As you say, Alchemist an inch away from 3, big upgrade with Acid Bomb.
Moon has surprisingly no upgrades. Mass Dryads, no upgrades, really unusual. Heals go committed early on, Alchemist gets the level up, there we go. Those Raiders getting bonked pretty quickly. The Focus Fire Knock looking absolutely wonderful at the moment.
Yeah, with Acid Bomb you lose so much of your armor. It's also big attack speed, of course, and a hard-hitting strength hero. Attack speed is usually what he misses, and armor, but the armor is here. Moon holding on again. 50-50. Alchemist, can he get out there? He has an Invo Potion. Needs to commit it soon. Got it. And with that, gets out of it. So maybe Soin over-committing here a bit.
Still very curious. Still very interested in the skill build, I should say. Normally, everyone just plays Alchemist for the heal spray. That's seemingly his only purpose these days, with how much the Acid Bomb got nerfed over the years. But here he's skipping the heal spray. Would love to go to Bears, of course, and then use the rejuvenation for the healing. But there's no tech started. Seems like so far Moon wasn't able to afford it. He's now pushing across the map. He's got a pretty fast army, I guess, with these Dryads.
If you get resources, I'd also love to see talents added to this. Minus armor would be crazy with Fury Fire and Acid Bomb. It won't help you against buildings, though. And that might be the crux of the matter in the end. Soin seems to be very fine just trading bases.
And the Raider's going to take out that one way faster. TP home, though. If Moon can hold this now, he might be in a good position. He did good damage to the Peon economy. But mass ensnares immediately on the Dryads.
So fast by Soin. The Raiders are connecting nicely. Dryads are just butter to the Horde. 5 food lead and growing.
Ensnare on the Keeper in a bit of trouble there as well. The top is perfectly positioned, by the way. Entangle the mirror image here. It's been doing fantastic, and the Keeper is dead! Didn't go for a heal potion. Maybe couldn't afford it, but seems like he had the gold, and all of a sudden the Elf army is crumbling at the feet of the Orc.
And an Alchemist can't carry the game for you alone. Double kill, Soin 2-0. Moon goes 0-5 on the first playoff day of B Cup. And Soin just clean, man. He wasn't thrown off by this unorthodox strategy of Moon at all. He always saw the win condition. I don't have to over push whatsoever. I can just play my game. I can keep you busy. I can get my expo up, and I'm gonna kill you. I'm just gonna kill you. If you don't have bears, man, I got nothing to fear. And even if you do, I got my Kodos ready with the double beastery. I love the 3 production buildings by Soin. I think it's a beautiful build that is almost universal. And Moon, again, not clean enough, not good enough.
Yeah, that early game with the Wisp could have been better. I think the strategy overall was pretty good, but it has to be just straight up a macro mistake to not have upgrades, right? He made so many Dryads, and he didn't get upgrades. Especially 1-1 is so cheap, so cost efficient, that must be a mistake. You can't tell me that is better than, or that's worse than having 1 more Dryad.
Well, there is some learnings to be done, surely. And the learnings have to click quickly, because FoCuS was dominating the series. Now, what? Now, Soin is dominating the series. What is Mr. Orkwolf saying? Check red. Okay.
Thank you very much, Zeka, with the resub.
Yup, yup, yup. We need a reverse sweep here.
Yeah, we need something else to get some longer games here, to get a more interesting back and forth. This is very close now to the third 3-0 of the day. That's not the way we want to see this.
That is correct. Thankfully, we have some more competitive Warcraft later today at 7:45. We go into our German league once again. We're going to have a Division 2 game as a warm-up. Sokol is making a return in our Division 2, the legendary orc, up against one of Austria's historically best orcs in Zushikor, aka Perfy. Afterwards, we got our vice champion Kevin Schwem fighting versus Phoenix, aka Dorani. This is going to be wild. And Changer versus Shosh as the main event that many say is the most anticipated match of the day when it comes to playstyle. And yeah, gonna be a wild evening with me and Fishy.
Hell yeah, the Dach Inferno always on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you want to check out some German Warcraft action with some German casts, that's the place to be.
Moon's place to be might be out of the tournament if he doesn't turn his game around.
Yeah, it's looking likely at the moment. Despite a good strategy, despite a good position, it also seems like that once the orc levels come together, he's got a good tier 2 orc army, you know, on the field. It seems to be so hard at the moment for the Night Elves to face that army and take a favorable fight.
To be fair, we haven't seen a single normal game, right? It was oftentimes with a curveball, either keeper first or some unusual second heroes, very, very, very long Dryad phases. The regular play would still be keeper, Demon Hunter keeper into bears, and not a single time have we seen that.
Going on to springtime next. Seems like here the chances of Keeper are always pretty low. Demon Hunter normally the go-to for the Night Elves here. Maybe a good early game, some good levels and items, a good walk through the mid-game with some Dryad pressure. Maybe the standard, if we want to call it that, with Demon Dryad Bears can finally work for once.
Moon needs some help, man. 0-5 is nuts. We have to say FoCuS and Soin playing cleaner, playing better. The results are definitely justified. Springtime, oftentimes the map for the elves to turn this around. If Moon's going down, hopefully it is with flying colors. And it is with another keeper.
Oh, wow. I think that's legit the first time in years I see the Keeper here. I would like to see another Keeper, Archer, Expo, Mass Dryad. I think that can work if you just play it a bit more cleanly.
You could also play...
Pit Lord?
I mean, obviously. No, but Keeper, Demon, Tinker Talents.
Oh. Yeah, Talons seem to be good on this map. As good as they can be.
And you know what?
Yeah, I could get behind that.
Moon... I mean, all the orcs got destroyed by Soin's anti-Dryad and Bear play. And also against the Hunts. There's not much left, but is Soin good against Cyclone? We haven't seen that yet.
You know, if it's Talons, I would even like to see no Demon Hunter at all. I feel like Demon Hunter second and third just most of the time looked kind of underwhelming, underpowered, underleveled, and so on.
Don't you need...
Beastmaster, Tinker, Mass Summons, baby. Keeper, Tinker, Beastie, Mass Summons, let's go.
I've seen some wild army compositions, and sometimes they even worked. Speaking of Changer, he was facing Rain last week, and Rain's best asset is the Demon Hunter, as he's also a Dota player, and the Demon Hunter in the hands of a Dota player is quite crazy. He played Dark Ranger, Fire Lord, and what was the third hero? Another anti-Demon Hunter hero. What am I missing? Naga, I think. So everything thrown at the Demon Hunter looked so ridiculous with Soulburn, Life Drain, and Frost Orb. It can work.
First grunt caught in the middle of the map. Good start for Moon right here. This one's going to be going down, surely, with another entangle. A couple more right clicks. Good items on the Keeper, by the way. Same for the Blade, though. Wonderful finds.
XP would be awesome. Soin doesn't allow that. But a grunt gone is a grunt gone. And we look at archers on this map as we have to investigate how many there are. So currently 2. It was supposed to be 3. On the way to mass range. And no Hunter's Hall in sight yet. But it's also not the time to build it yet.
No Expo in sight either. That's what the Blade is looking for right now. He's the only one who can really scout at the moment. If the grunts are sent out, they're gonna die really quickly, of course. Keeper is playing around with that knowledge. Mirror image here is great for additional scouting. And this is indeed a lot of archers.
But it's a Hunter's Hall. It's only 4 archers. That's the normal amount, I would say. We have mirror image by Soin once again. That would have been amazing against Talons as well. So Moon is creeping a Shadow Hunter spot away. I think that is nice as long as you can juggle the Wisp in the base and you can multitask. And Moon's biggest asset has oftentimes been multitasking. He didn't lean into that yet too much.
Yeah, so far, just looking at a one base game here. Oh, look at the Keeper. Pushing all the way into the main base for the second grunt kill. Well, I guess that makes sense if the Blade Master is so far away. There's no punish here before the Shadow Hunter's out.
Love to see it. Moon showing signs of life here. 1 grunt down, second grunt by Soin. Saved with 12. Keeper has to dive deeper, but the peon denies it out of the burrow. So that was also well done. Moon, more aggression. Demon Hunter second once again. Ultra Vision immediately. Dryad Cute immediately.
Keeper backing off, still far away from that level 3. Same amount of experience pretty much. as the Blade Master has.
Blade Master, good inventory, by the way. Chop, chop, archer, gone.
Yep, absolutely. If he gets some good levels as well, level 4 or 5, this could be an absolute menace for the late game.
Could call him Dennis.
He's gonna try to be tested by the demon on the other side. Tangle. Ooh, okay, just in time to save the archer.
Okay, keeps the creep speed higher. Demon Hunter will need that. Wonder how long this keeper can work when there is Shaman coming. And Soin again, Warmill, double beastery, and Shaman build. Absolutely beautiful. Every orc should take notes from Soin's build. You know how long I heard complaints like, we don't know what to do at tier 2, we have to speculate, is it double beastery, should we need anti-casters? Soin just refines his economy, builds 3, that's lovely, and whee, that's a big snake pit here for the shop, that is.
Not too happy about the Scroll of the Beast, most likely. But that could be sold as well. Demon Hunter joining the creep efforts now of the Keeper, moving towards the middle. This would be a great camp to get here if he gets it fully. Level 3 and 2 level ups it would be. But the Blade's close by. Could maybe look for some steals as well.
He is looking, but he ain't finding. For now, that is. Tier 3 by Moon on the way. We're going to Bears, we're going to Orbs. Hopefully. Soin more concerned about expansions, which he doesn't find. I mean, he's up against Moon. It is reasonable to expect a second base at some point. But yeah, this is all creeping. This does take some time. Blade Master also not too efficient, but the Shadow Hunter is rising high.
Doing well here against with the Serpent Wards. Of course, costs quite a bit of mana, but it is still a good progress. The one thing that Soin really doesn't have, and doesn't have anywhere close in proximity, is expansion. If it's just one base play on the Orc, that should normally mean a lot of good things for the Night Elf if he reaches Bears.
That's right. Now that you talk about things that are missing, I also don't see any Coden just yet, which will become more and more important as more realistic the Bears become.
Big Q potion here for the Demon Hunter is really good. Needs some more defenses. That one's gonna help. Oh, nice Dust of Appearance on the Blade Master. Is that level 2 Entangle? Yes, it is. Quite a bit of damage.
Okay, okay. Shadow Hunter posturing up, coming in for the rescue. Nice little detonate there as well. Heal pot you mentioned. Invu potion also up. Demon Hunter's gonna be the carry for sure. Got some good deeps. No ring of protection just yet. That might hurt. Still going for immolation, by the way, for additional damage.
Oh, this might be the timing that Soin was looking for. No Bear Master training done yet. Going for the Demon Hunter first, but we mentioned those potions before. They're gonna be available. Heal pot first. Now going for the Archers, going for the Dryads. Both of those pretty easy to snipe. And the Keeper with the Entangle, not very effective against the Shaman Purge.
But fans of Moon, rejoice, believe. This was probably the best fight of the entire day for him. That says a lot. Going for the demon. Invul potion TP from his own front yard. Could have sacrificed that invul. Raiders sacrificed quite a bit. Gets an exit kill. So only one Raider. Only one End Snare. And Reju is here.
One Moon well lost, but we still have 4 left. Moon can get up to the supply. And he's getting stronger here by the minute. The longer this goes, the better it seems to be for the Night Elf. Unless there's an expansion, but of course there isn't, as we can see for the Orc.
Right on. We get Kodos now. Demon Hunter continues to level. We still got that mercenary camp. Super lovely. Outside the base, freshly healed. Creeping up more. Keeper is an excellent orb carry. Ring of Region on the Demon Hunter is lovely. Additionally to the Reju we already got. So Soin for the first time ahead of a tough task.
Absolutely, I'm liking Moon's position here. Seems like the Night Elf might not go down fully without any success today. Maybe the start of something great. Big item here. Demon is hoping for something great. Out of cunning, meh. It's That's rather decent then. Great, but good experience still. Double level 4, not too far away anymore.
I mean, if you're an Immolation Demon Hunter, it expands your gas tank, basically. So I don't hate it at all. Plus some good right clicks, and it is an Immolation Demon Hunter. No mana burns. More bears on top of things. Red spot for Soin now as well. Looking for this 4-4 as he has a 1-1-1 Blade Master, which is not what you want. Oh, Kafka's Pipe. That's pretty good.
That's so good. So I'm gonna have endless mana always to get rid of the treants and the entangle. I guess roar could be a problem, right? Can you dispel all the roar?
Never.
Without walkers?
Never.
Probably not.
Especially when Moon brings in Wisps, there's no chance. I would rather worry about the Reju as well.
Yeah, true. There are gonna be lots of things you're gonna have to be dispelling here.
Oh, Remo! Is this a wet dream or what? Double ringer region. Look at that. Tick, 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 tick. He's being attacked right now, but you don't even see it.
And finally the Ring of Protection as well for more armor. This Demon Hunter is now officially looking really strong. Should give over one of the damage items to the Keeper. He's gonna TP home very early. Doesn't want to have his Moonwells messed with.
Okay, here we go. Soin trying to raid the base. Little bit of a needle hole here. Not too easy to get all the melee units out. The Keeper is the first to get out. Okay, the Kodos are coming in, trying to snack the bears. There would be a backup bear in the back who's being...
Those bears were not perfectly microed. 3 devoured. He could just TP out right now.
Agreed.
No mana.
There is a TP. Demon Hunter under attack. Someone smelling blood in the water. It all looked so good for Moon, but all of a sudden it is not. There's still an Invo Potion. He needs another bear, though, for the redo. The Demon Hunter is still so hurt. We have an End Snare. Might pin him down. Moon Juice, okay. Might get access to the shop. Might need access to the shop. Keeper got to save that Demon Hunter ASAP.
Staff is ready. There it is. Reach foot should be there right after. End Snare's on cooldown at the moment. There's a purge against the rejuvenation. Demon in trouble still. Heal potion for him. What about the blade?
7 seconds in one.
Keep him safe.
Right on. Beast mode enabled. Moon still fighting for survival. The bears are coming back slowly.
DP out on the Blade Master. There was no heal there available for a moment. And that's 3 Kodos still. No, wait. One must have died somewhere.
Yes. In the
Yes. No, wait. He pulled it back. 3 Kodos still digesting.
Shadowhunter also 4. Demon Hunter 4.5. Keeper 4.5. Moon definitely putting in an effort to stay in this tournament and to keep his lower bracket chances alive. This was not an optimal fight whatsoever. The town portal ultra defensive, and that caused a little problem for himself.
Carry up of Vitality here. Pretty good item. The Demon Hunter is now officially very tanky. Sometimes we see Night Elves going for the fight, you know, going into upkeep, pushing, fighting those Kodos, trying to find the other Kodos to free the bears from before. But Moon doesn't seem to be in a position to do it. Got a very small standing army right now.
Right on. He's still fighting a level 3 Blade Master with 1-1-1. The crits aren't crazy. The mirror image isn't crazy. Backstab, I think, neglectable anyway. Shadowhunter also isn't 5. Hero-wise, there is a good potential for Moon to have the better heroes. Long distance mining by Soin, by the way. I like that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Last little green camp on the map taken by the demon right now. Wants to get that level 5.
How do you like
slowly
fighting?
but surely.
Sorry to cut you off twice. I apologize. Feels like I'm rulers here during our FFA timer casts. Feels bad.
Yeah, Blade's gonna get that level 4 here from those bears. Just a matter of seconds now. Big dip in supply. Moon staying at 50 this whole time. He knows he's gonna have to remake quite a few units here in a moment.
Love the double orb. Love the close to 5. But yeah, those were big devours. We're getting upgrades now. 1-1. What's Soin doing? Oh, he's remixing in grunts. And I say this for a long time. If you want to beat a top tier demon hunter, you need grunts. Blade Master and 2 grunts on the demon, and then he's beatable.
The one thing he doesn't have is walkers. So the magic damage here is really minimal. Has to make sure to take care of the bears with the Kodos. Right now that seems to be working out perfectly, of course. 3 Kodos just got digested. 4 Kodos on the field against only 2 bears. But more and more bears, of course, on the way.
Yeah, seems like you really don't need walkers, eh? Because, I mean, a Kodo Devour is like a finger of death. The unit just disappears. Could, of course, micro against it, as Happy showed earlier.
Purge against the Reju. Shaman have a lot of mana, of course, thanks to that Khadga's Pipe. In we go. Speed scroll. How many bears are going to be left after this one? 1 is already devoured, 2 devoured, 3 devoured, 4 devoured.
Oh my god, that's 16 food, Remo, that's crazy! Demon Hunter is almost dead here. We had another potion, the Moon Juice is empty. Moon saves the 0. Level 5 now. We have another redo. Any Dispellers? Oh yeah, but the Shaman not super far forward. This was some solid healing. Has to reapply it though. Moon, if he loses this fight, this siege, he's dead for good in B-Cup.
Khadga's Pipe is always providing so much mana. So good for the Shadow and the Shaman. Even good for the Blade Master, actually. Could spam Mirror Image here if he wanted to. While the Keeper is still not quite level 5. Would that change much? Well, the answer is probably not. With all the Shaman here with so much Purge.
Ooh, supply is still even. We need another end snare, but it's a lock. The bears are coming back slowly. Need to save this demon somehow, and he finds this one little moment.
Instant there barely wasn't available. Shadowhunter with a mana potion. Shadow's mana is slowly running dry. And the Blade Master, by the way, taking lots of damage there from the Entangle. Must be on level 3. Blade Master now almost dead. TPing away. The Blade right there almost dying to the immolation. Is he on hold position? Oh, wait. Oh, the Blade was TPing. That looked so weird. Blade TPing out. Shadow dying. Maybe there's a chance.
Oh, damn. Moon fighting, boys. Shadowhunter benched for 2 minutes. Everything super duper mega hurt. I had the same idea as you. Like, is he killing him with Immo? Man. The Demon Hunter again. When Light Elf is in trouble, lean on the shoulders of Dark Sorrow.
Shadow has to come back from the tavern. Already has returned. Again, the Khadga's Pipe is incredibly good here. Immediate good mana regen for everybody. And now we got the hero level superiority on the Night Elf. This is Moon's best chance yet.
Can he break an orc base? Does he have to break an orc base? 5-4, 5-5, hero, so good. Invo potion ready as well. The Serpent Wards, I feel, lose a bit of their appeal when they're not attacking Dryads. They're rather weak. Blade Master also trying to get rid. Is that maybe a bit too offensive? Moon is all in, man. He has no TP.
Blade in the back, going for the drives, trying to snipe the slowing units. Kodos and Shaman trying to take out bears together. It is looking rather pathetic at the moment. Shadowhunter, by the way, Entangle. Level 3 Entangle. It is so crazy when there's no Dispel. Has to go for a heal potion. Now the Keeper in trouble. Shadow in trouble. TP versus Invuln. Keep both alive for now.
And then the bears connect and they do so much damage to the raiders, mauling them. 53 food. I don't really see that, but the question is, does he even need that? Or can the Keeper and the Demon do the rest? Is this getting really ambitious for Moon here? Remo, I'm a bit afraid that he's overcommitting.
Kodo's gonna have empty stomachs again. 1 digested already, 2 more following. Level's getting really close here for the Shadow. He's gonna hit level 5, I think, in a second from these Kodos.
Oh, there we go. That was exactly a second. Remo the Prophet, we're going in. If there is enough end snare, this demon might fall in the Keeper as well. Bear, Reju, all applied. No more Dispel on the Shaman. He didn't also rebuild them. Crit! Gotta respect the crit!
He missed the Purge? Maybe he did. Mirror Image gets out of that one. The Entangle, of course, again, very scary. Keeper close to 6. Demon kind of close to 6 as well. But the Kodos get Devours again. That's 2, 3 bears gone. But the Blade almost dead as well.
Oh, Keeper, what can you do? You might just be on the menu.
Oh my God.
He was so in fighting for his dear life on this map. The body block, the potion usage was amazing. The item usage in general, leaning so well into all the ability of the orcs. And now the Keeper on the menu. Is it? Bears try to buy time, spreads the poison, gets the redo. This is so close all of a sudden.
Khadga's Pipe here is insane. All this mana he's been getting, not just on the heroes, also on the shaman. Picks off another bear and 3 more bears in the stomach right now, in the intestines, running through them. Slowly losing HP. And Moon, what's he gonna do next? Well, he's researching Nature's Blessing because we're mining out in the main base soon.
Exactly. 30 seconds of mining is left. And then Soin, what you gonna do? He's rebuilding the lodge. There's no dispel right now. And what, like, you can't build a Great Hall. You can long distance mine, okay, but that might also just feed the Demon Hunter and Keeper up to 6.
When did he go for the Tome of Retraining, by the way? The Keeper. He got Thorns now.
Yeah, I saw this long time ago, but I thought I didn't mention it. I shouldn't.
Okay, fair enough.
Dude, I got no clue. I haven't seen that at all.
Blade is waiting for the Kodos here to get digested. He might hit level 5 from this.
His 12 supply again, basically dead. 7 minutes ago. Really? I'm allergic to us missing moments.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Even on springtime when there's still snow, there's hay fever, man. It is incredible.
Not affected by that, as you know, thankfully.
At the danger of jinxing myself for the following weeks, it's been a very relaxed time of hay fever season so far this year.
Rip.
And now, tomorrow, I'm gonna be dying. Okay.
Maybe
There's level 5. Kodos finished with the snacks. For the most part.
Rara 4 in a hay hotel?
If we want to have our first corpse at Rara Land, then sure.
Well, some people got close on Rara 1.
Yeah, I was one of them. With SNS. Here, the peons, you mentioned it earlier. Free experience. He is really getting close to level 6 now.
But he might also be trapped here. He has no TP still.
Wait,
I'm
no
so
TP?
worried,
Dude,
man.
this is pretty scary.
Yeah. He's also...
Kodos are hungry.
He's not
Keeper,
using
wait.
the immo. Is this 6?
He's going after the Keeper. He's way in the corner. Way in the corner of the map.
What the heck is going on? And Tangle trying to get out of here. This is such a weird position to be in. Nobody ever died here. He's going between the trees, but Soin pops him out into his surround. There's gotta be it then. There's an orb, there's the staff, but level 6, wait a minute.
Okay, level 6, can it save you? We have lots of healing, of course. No mana burn against the Shadow Hunter, trying to keep these Kodos alive. All 3 have eaten. Demon has to save, has to free these bears from the Kodos.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get one of them back.
This is crazy. The damage is real good, but is it enough is the question. The heroes are still alive. Takes out the Kodo. Bear's coming back. Moon is the one mining, by the way. This is ridiculous, dude. Soin back to 24. The Superman might save Moon here.
Oh my god, the damage is so sick. Demon Hunter does it seemingly again. Shadow Hunter back to the shop he goes. He can afford 1 heal self, maybe. Mana Potion it is instead. Once you get healing in, 2 heroes, 2 units. Can that ever be enough?
How can this be enough against Demon Hunter level 6 and a running Expo of Moon? Bears might fall okay. Soin might need Blade Storm at this point to deal with the Tree of Eternity, but then it's also a Tree of Eternity, like it's so tanky. Keeper can be bought back from the altar now. Level 7. He got an entire level, bro.
Let's go. Why did you go back there in the first place, though? You had the expo running.
I was here all the time.
so
I didn't go
risky.
anywhere.
Oh, dude.
Because entertainment, Remo, entertainment. It was all a ruse. This is absolute cinema, man. We're going for involves now, aren't we? We should. He has the gold.
You got Chad Demon Hunter in this end game. Level 7 versus double level 5. Demon Hunter should be able to take this fight pretty easy.
Wait. The invul is on the blade.
Someone has to get the hero kill.
It needs invis or
So
something.
many misses.
TP?
Another miss.
TP now. TP. Oh.
Alright, TP out. He is safe. The Moon Juice back at home is looking phenomenal. Of course, there's no Wellspring. Why would you ever upgrade that thing?
He only has 1,000 lumber. I don't think he can afford that. But the
GG! Hell yeah! We're continuing on.
What a game, dude! What a game! What a fight for existence of Moon that was. You find yourself in times of trouble. Look at the Demon Hunter. The old Night Elf agenda. Once again true. You know, some people say Metamorph is overrated, but Metamorph shines only in the darkest moments.
It would be kind of sick if this is what sparks and kicks off the reverse sweep. The comeback for Moon. Had to work hard for that. It wasn't exactly a super flawless game, but Demon and Keeper working together in the end game. And the problem really was, I think the biggest one was never having walkers. The lack of AoE dispel, the lack of spiraling, the lack of that magic damage. The Shaman just couldn't keep up in the end anymore.
That's right. Also, in the player spot, by the way.
Yeah. Oops.
Losing the Spirit Lodge obviously hurt as well. And he couldn't rebuild them when he needed them most. But yeah, again, like, if the pieces are coming together for the Elf, Orc, high-level Demon Hunter, Reju, then this Demon Hunter is almost unkillable. It's so hard to get there, though, in this day and age, especially when you play Kodos as well as Soin does here today. Oh man, next is Echo Isles. There's still the fight for survival, right? This is still a bad day for Moon, but at least we have some hope.
It's kind of a crazy game that we saw there. Like, how many bears got 100 to 0'd inside the Kodos? It was 3, and then 3, and then 4, and then like 3. Right?
If only we were good at math, bro. We could make...
There must have been like 15 bears devoured, but Moon was just like, yeah, whatever, man. You eat them. I make more of them.
The Keeper sacrifice. So what a play that was as well. Also Soin with the presence of mind blocking the Keeper out of that position with the Windwalker. There's so many cool moves. And hopefully this will continue now. Lower bracket, no fallback net anymore. And we get a 5,001 dono. Just another super exciting Moon game from a Korean fan. I don't know what your name is, but we think alike, my dude. We think alike. Thank you for your support. And preferring us over the Korean casters, of course.
Really cool, man. Really cool. Thank you very much.
Remo?
Echo Isles is coming up next for our 4th map of the day. Moon. Is this one of those games? One of those turning moments? One of those epic turnarounds? Or was it just a flash in the pan?
That could be right, man. We'll see who the better competitor is here. We had a couple of reverse sweeps recently. If some players who don't have a mental fortitude, like Happy, I'd say, lose momentum, series can shift quickly. Echo Isles it is. We'll see what the builds are momentarily. But Remo, I have an advice. I know you're not a short content consumer, mostly,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But
I hate shorts.
what?
I hate shorts.
Except ours, you mean? Which are very important for the channel. Everybody should watch and like them.
I hate shorts. That's why I'm wearing only boxers. Anyways, what did I say?
I see. There is a YouTube channel, War3 Korea, by like Soin, Lawlion, FoCuS. They do commentary like we do, right? But on Korean. YouTube has now an auto dubbing feature, which is atrocious and disgusting and shit. But I stumbled upon the auto dubbed YouTube shorts of these guys commentating, and it is hilarious. I'm gonna do like an hour special soon of me watching this on stream because it's the greatest comedy, bro. We gotta watch this together.
Okay, yeah, I've also seen auto dubbing in some videos before on YouTube, random videos, and that was really bad. That was not at all like the spirit of the way they were talking, from what I could tell.
But you know the Korean casting style, right? Where they go, oh, ah, etc., right?
Yeah.
That's auto-dubbed as well. It's so funny.
Play good!
Play good. Critical!
I'm still kind of blown away by the fact that Moon won that last game. So many bears devoured. Goes to show the power of walkers, man. Walkers. Such good units in the right army.
I do understand Soin's thinking, though. If you eat the bears immediately, you don't need that. And if there's a lot of dryads, the Spirit Link also doesn't do that much for you. He just trusts the Kodos more than the walkers. I don't think that's essentially flawed. Moon just fought a very good game and also had a super good Demon Hunter who is the hero of choice once again. How could it not be after a game like that on Springtime?
This means that there's going to be no trouble for Soin to decide. He doesn't have to make the choice Shaman or Walkers. There's absolutely no reason to go Shaman here when there's no Keeper. So we will see Walkers and we'll see Raiders as well. Most likely with an expansion, as Soin is opening up the natural here really early on.
Oh, interesting, eh? This is, of course, all claw spots. So maybe he just wants to pimp the blade as soon as possible. Wants to maybe make Moon run a lot and get out of his half of the map. But for now, bit of creepcraft, tech unfolds, and of course, as always, a faster tech for the orc.
Blade picks up the circlet, has decent inventory so far, nothing too insane just yet. And Moon is taking some risk here, isn't he? Low HP Demon Hunter, going for the gold mine creep. There could absolutely be a blade here. Oh, did you see the blade maybe with a wisp in the north? Oh, I think he may have actually.
Players' forces are under attack.
Speaking of the north, this is usually the fighting point, right? When we go for the regular meta that we haven't seen at
Demon, please.
all.
All good, no problem.
Yeah. That we haven't seen at all. This marketplace, one side, Demon Hunter Keeper, the other side, Blade Master Shadow Hunter, and we fight as if our life depends on it. I don't think we're gonna see that now with the Magi already gone.
Yeah, both players were heavily focused on freeing up the expansion early on. And Moon is proxy expanding here with the Tree of Life, trying to dodge a scout.
Damn.
Interesting.
This is the Moon I want to see, man. This is the Moon that surprises us for 22 years. And this is maybe something Soin isn't ready for.
Yeah, we've seen lots of Night Elves lately go for that Master Rite expansion. A little bit less successful today. So this should be scouted for, honestly. Okay, where's he gonna look, though? Where's he gonna look? Ooh, it's gonna be such a big moment. Checks the gold mine. Nothing there. Oh! It doesn't check around the corner.
Similar to Infi yesterday, who missed FoCuS' expansion by just a hair. Yeah, why would you go there, really? I mean, he sees that the tree is empty. Or the tree is empty, the spot is empty, but he crept the same way, so... Still get some value out of it, delaying the lore, and since the tech by Soin was already ahead, it's now even further ahead.
Hunter in the main base. Seeing no boots is always a bit suspicious. You gotta wonder if you didn't spend your money there, which spend it. He just walked into a surround, by the way. Back of the orc army. Back of the orc base. Maybe not the greatest demon movement here, but okay. He's putting some damage on these grunts.
Exactly. Burn him to a crisp. Shadow Hunter can't level as long as the Demon Hunter is here. Archers also seem to be very fine. I wonder if the base is alright. Soin must have an idea. Like, there's only one lore. The tech was later. There's gotta be something there.
Oh, Keeper shows up. There's gonna be one kill for sure. Demon uses the dust, a bit afraid the blade might be showing up. Hex now on the Demon Hunter! B2W rip, there he goes. It is gonna be at least one more kill though on that grunt.
Oh, that's so obvious. So many things, so well done. And then the B2W
Players'
rip.
forces are under attack.
Not like this,
Blade
Moon.
Master still playing the Gardener across the map, canceling a bunch of lures over and over, killing some wisps. He's looking strong. Demon's still benched for a long time.
Ooh, 84 seconds. Archer's falling as well. Bam, bam, bam. The effect of a Shadow Hunter, man. The effect of a Hex. And now the Keeper is on the menu too. The End Snare is ready already. Raiders here. Blade Master
Lords.
still disruptive.
You could kill the Ancient of Lore, maybe. It's
A player's
difficult to
forces
repair
are
over
under
there.
attack.
Oh, he finds another. I mean, Expo is running in 40 seconds.
This is a lot of losses, though. My goodness. And Soin could just easily counter-expand. Does he have the resources for that? Well, I guess actually at the moment he doesn't. But he would have him before too long. This Blade Master did so much work in this main base.
Yeah, and the Shadow Hunter did the work in Soin's main
Town
base.
is under siege.
Oh, Brother Moon, this is a tough climb from here on out. You're in the gutter and you dug your own grave, as it seems. What's the expo worth if you only have one production building is another question. Keeper now with Entangle, trying to buy some time. But chop, chop, chop. This is, of course, not the flashiest Warcraft in it, but it's so effective.
No dust anymore. No problem here for the blade. Coming back for another cancel. Jesus! These Dryads are hella late.
You know, a little bit of Demon Hunter damage would have been nice in this defense, eh?
Player's forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter now putting his damage towards the creeps. Immolation finally gets a ring of protection. That also goes a long way. That is laughable, though.
Yes, that is true. And Shadow Hunter is level 3 already. One level ahead. Keeper couldn't level because he had to defend. Demon Hunter couldn't level because he was assassinated by a vicious Shadow Hunter and 2 powerful grunts. Moon has to take big risks now. And he's investing into Mercs. I like this. He will have the gold. He does have the expo. If he can stall this game, he has the win condition.
As saw a long time though. Also now expansions coming up across the map. Moon with a slight supply lead. That Dryad though is going to go down quick. TP coming in. Another Lord cancel. How many did this Blade Master get? Too many, if you ask Moon.
Ridiculous. The Keeper next to a Moonwalk surrounded. Doesn't matter whatsoever. No way out of there. Assassination number 2. The Demon Hunter gets the Berserker. Okay. But Dryads are in a mosh pit with the Raiders. And I know who wins this one.
Blade items now also officially insane. Demon items are also really good. But everything next to the demon is just dying in no time flat. Here's level 4 at least. But it's going to be pretty soon where the blade does the same. Jesus Christ, so many kills, one after the next. Demon, can you stabilize this main base somehow? I don't know, man.
We also have to say this Blade Master is pimped to the gills. Double slippers, claws +8, gloves, circlet, and also tanky. You can oftentimes rely on a Demon Hunter, but not if you throw him away and give map control to the Orc. And that was way too simple. Just when we were hoping for a reverse sweep by Moon and a game 5. Soin rips Moon's head off and Moon is eliminated from B Cup. Soin advances to the round of 6.
Strong play here by Soin. Moon not finding the answer today. It seems to be a tough challenge right now, a tough answer to find how you deal with these orcs who all seem to be in such damn good shape right now. Doesn't matter if it's Expo play, doesn't matter if it's Keeper or Naga or Demon Hunter play. Soin, and also earlier, FoCuS seemingly on top of the meta right now.
Yeah, and definitely on top of Moon, who was shying away from playing meta at all for 6 games, pretty much. His idea and Lawliot's idea, they didn't work with the mass Dryads. It seems like the Orcs have all the solutions at all times, and then some good Blade Master is of course helping there as well. For the Night Elf, there is still hope. We got Kaho in the race, we got Lawliot in the race. A little bit of hope, of course, for the Horde. Happy was above everyone by a lot today, though, from judging from the series versus Soin.
Yeah, there was no question there who was the dominant player seemingly so far. Happy hasn't met a real challenge yet. We'll see if that changes the day after tomorrow when he's going to face FoCuS in the upper bracket semifinal. I think you pointed out correctly earlier in the day, the 3 big favorites for this tournament are Happy and 1-0 and Lin, and 2 of those we're going to see tomorrow.
That is correct. Tomorrow's lining up to be great. 1-0 versus Lawlight. 1-0 destroys a lot of players, especially in this matchup. He's gotten really, really good due to constant battles with Life, for example. Lawlight is a very different player than Alive, way less micro-dependent. I wonder if Lawlight has a solution to the feared worm build that 1-0 introduced to the meta. 1 worm, go, kill. This is the new 9-minute timing, basically, and that has to be the #1 homework for Lawlight.
Yeah, this build has actually looked insane. I haven't seen a build that has looked so scary in a long time. Seriously, this looks like the early days of Pally Rifles in the last couple of games I saw. We had some days since then for the Night Elves to make adjustments. Lawlight is a great creative player and solution-finding player. It's going to be a very exciting match for me to watch tomorrow.
If you're praising that build, Mr. Remo Demo, can I talk with you about our Lord and Savior, Keeper Pitlord?
Against worms?
Against everything, bro. Against everything. And Lin versus Kaho, a game with a little bit of history, of course, dating back to Super League 1. Kaho was the one eliminating Lin, leading to a 6-month hiatus of Lin from the entire scene. Since then, things have changed quite a bit. I think Lin pretty satisfied at the moment, getting top 2, top 3 performances, beating Happy every once in a while. Kaho in quite a slump. It feels like his fire is not fully ignited at the moment. He did make it to the round of 8 in a drunken brawler box fight, basically, with Sok, who shares that shape right now with Kaho, I feel. So different circumstances here compared to that Super League game. Lin the big favorite, but Kaho could cause an immense upset.
He could. Of course, they had the super epic game in Super League Season 1 where Kaho kicked Lin into semi-retirement. But I think that was the last time Kaho really had that high moment. There have been lots of tournaments recently where I saw Kaho do pretty well in the group stage, get through into the top 8, and then lose. He's out in 8th.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of those lately.
Yeah, that could be one. And of course, the lower bracket match as well. If we get a Night Elf Mirror there, that could be pretty damn dope as well. Kaho was 1-0, also a nice match. This is all the questions for tomorrow. Winner bracket the day after. And then Warcraft 3 Esports with B Cup every day till Sunday, where we crown the grand champion of B Cup 22. I will get some groceries now, Remo, because my fridge is literally empty. But will you continue to stream for our audience?
I am looking around the streams already to see if there's something going on. Is there something going on?
There might always be replay cast. People would love to see you play.
Would they? Especially Pitlord Keeper, wouldn't they?
Well, you as a Night Elf? Then we could do the show match against Kevin finally.
That happened already, Neon, so that's old news.
Kevin, is that true?
You don't need to answer, Kevin. That's all right.
Yeah, looks like UTAO games have slowed down quite a bit, but there's, of course, a lot of replays. Could go into many things. Grubby replays. Recommended replays on Warcraft 3 info. Let's go 2-on-2 stream, says Kevin. Remo and Kevin versus the world.
Kevin is actually here. Oh my goodness.
Of course. Kevin's always here.
I'm not feeling it today, I gotta say. Not feeling it.
What? There's a 3-hour workday. What the hell? You lazy bum. All right. I will, of course, be back in 3 hours 30 minutes with Fishy and Dach Inferno. We got an amazing day for you, starting with the second division that we got, which is Zokol versus Zushikor. Gonna be a fine orc mirror. We will then continue with the legend that is Kevin Schwem. Not against Remo, unfortunately, because Remo is chickening out every time. But against Phoenix, and that's
Never.
going to be a very, very promising night of Mirror. Both are playing a lot, but not Demon Hunter Bears. I can tell you that much. And Changer versus Shosh also. Changer, as I said, the guy who had built this anti-Demon Hunter solution with, or was it Mountain? It was Dark Ranger, Naga Firelord, I guess, or maybe Mountain King, I'm not sure anymore. Up against Shosh, who starts quite some games with the Shadow Hunter opening, and we call him the Tower Shosh. So this is gonna be the day at Dach Inferno. Soon as I'm back, gonna start the stream and have some German Warcraft for you. Otherwise, of course, B-Cup tomorrow, and we got plenty recordings on our YouTube.
Hopefully tomorrow we're going to have some closer games. Today we were a little bit blindsided by all these 3-0s. Tomorrow on, hopefully we're going to have more festivities for you guys.
And of course, we got our sponsorship by OperaGX this month. We are approaching the 4 digits. You guys are doing phenomenal. And phenomenal is also a word to describe OperaGX, especially for the gamers out there. If you don't take showers and play Warcraft 3 ladder for 10 hours straight and not even break a sweat, OperaGX is the browser for you and everyone else. Lovely little sidebar with everything integrated that you need. Twitch, Discord, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, control panel to limit your RAM and CPU, so full force goes to the game instead of the browser. Fully customizable in terms of themes and sounds and extensions. You can basically build whatever you want with OperaGX, browser-wise. And moving from one browser to the next is super duper damn easy. All you have to do is to import everything that you have in your current browser, and Opera is ready to go, as well as the adblock, the VPN, and the AI assistant that might translate news for you. In the Warcraft scene, we're always looking for more discussion. Join us on Reddit and our Discord for all the discussions there are. We're, of course, also looking for your support. Back to warcraft.com/support for all the ways to support us. And if you have a Prime sub lying around, we gladly take those as well.
Thank you guys for the support today already. Hopefully we're going to be seeing you again tomorrow. You want to make sure to tune in for the rest of the week. As Neo said, on Sunday we're going to be crowning the new B-Cup champion, where we're hoping maybe for somebody else, except for Happy always, to have a chance.
Or we do hope for Happy to own every nerd again. Whatever floats your boat, we will present these games to all of ya in 3 hours, 25 minutes. Dach Inferno. See ya then.